Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the SharpSHOOTers. As always, we're your hosts, Danny and Juice, joined by special guest host tonight, Jay DeFalco. How you doing tonight, Jay?
I'm doing good. I'm ready for some insanity.
Well, because of Jay DeFalco, we have a night of insanity for you. But before we get started, Juice, how are you doing tonight?
Danny, thank you for asking. Jay, welcome. I gotta say, I'm all oiled and jizzed up. I'm ready to go. This is gonna be quite the week here on SharpSHOOTers. We are doing a tournament to determine the worst thing to ever happen to wrestling. It is WORSTleMania.
This is a wild tournament.
This tournament has been decided by Jay DeFalco. This is a result of him winning the Royal Rumble fantasy game that we did back during the Royal Rumble.
I would say like
He
Royal
won-
Rumble box picks.
Yeah, I forget what I called it officially. Either way, he won it. He got to pick what he wanted to do. He chose the tournament, and he chose this topic. So this topic, this field, all done by him.
Yeah.
Danny and I are merely here to observe and
Try our best.
weigh in and make our votes. So it's the normal rules. Best 2 out of 3. We do have vetoes. We each get one veto to use once in the first 2 rounds. That offer is also extended to everybody in the chat, only if you do subscribe tonight or next week while the round is going on. If you are already a subscriber and you subscribed just last week, you do get a veto as well. So hopefully you were here and you hear this.
Oh, how nice.
And you be sure to use your veto if you choose wisely. You do not need to use it. None of us need to use it.
Jay DeFalco, for the record, you only get one veto because you are in the tournament today.
That is correct. And also, just some quick things, just so we can get it out of the way. Thank you to Accept the Win, the official band of the show. We appreciate you giving us your tunes each and every week. Also, if you have not subscribed, this is the perfect week to do so because you get a veto in the tournament if you do decide to subscribe to us. And if you do not want to spend the money and you have Amazon Prime, you also have Amazon Prime Gaming. You can use Amazon Prime Gaming to get a free sub to give to us. It costs you nothing and supports us all the same. So
Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff.
that's it. I think we have all that funny business out of the way. Now, before we dive into the trivia, I do have some quick breaking news I wanted to share. I just read on Twitter about 10 minutes ago. Chris Jericho has filed to trademark the term cornerstone, which makes me think we are very close to a Chris Jericho AEW return. Be on the lookout, folks.
Wow, an AEW return.
His contract's still active.
Yeah, but you don't think he'll just let it die out until they
I don't-
release him and go to WWE?
That's my new hot take. I'm rolling with that.
You heard it
As
here
of 10
first,
minutes,
ladies
as of
and
10
gentlemen.
minutes ago, folks.
Oh,
All
shit.
right, so we're going to do trivia still. We're going to do 10 and 10 still. A little bit different the next 2 weeks. By the way, this week is just the first round of the tournament. Next week will be the remainder of the tournament. Just because of time and how long it takes.
I
and
thought
also
we weren't, sorry, live on air stuff. You're getting a peek behind the scenes. We're not doing like we did last time where we do one side of the bracket and then the other side of the bracket? Because I think it
don't
went
think-
quicker like that last time.
I don't think we did that, but if we did, I wasn't really crazy about it. I think
Okay.
we're better off just doing the whole. We're
First
just doing
round?
one whole first round. Yeah,
Sounds good to me.
yeah. And if we did do that, I don't recall we did that. I know the Till 5 folks do that, but
I
either way.
only know we did that because that's how the last tournament was set up, and I wouldn't have set it up like that if we didn't. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Whole first round
Yeah.
tonight. There you go. Moving on.
Yeah. So okay. So the whole first round is tonight. Everything else is next week. So thank you for tuning in tonight for the first part of it, and also the trivia will be different this week. It won't officially count for anybody
Yeah, I'm not putting
because
that shit up.
we're giving Danny a little bit of a break here. Jimmy will be on the hot seat. I will be giving him a trivia question this week. Next week, Danny will give him one, and nothing counts. The points do not matter. It is all for funsies.
And after 2 weeks, Jim will still have more points than I do.
Possibly. All right. So let me just bring it up here so I can have it up on the screen. All right. In the theme of the worst in wrestling that we're doing here tonight to celebrate the bad in wrestling, because you can't have the good without the bad, am I right? According to cagematch.net, what is the worst match in AEW history?
Ooh.
Now, I will give you up front. This is a pay-per-view match.
Okay.
So it's a pay-per-view match from AEW, and I believe it's the only match in the whole the whole bottom 50 of like the worst wrestling matches of all time. This is the only AEW match in the bottom 50, and it has a score
I know it.
from 0 to 10. It has a score of crap, I lost it. Where are you?
Try not to look at the chat.
There.
Just a reminder.
0.46. So out of 1 to 10, it doesn't even have a 1. It doesn't even have half of 1.
Okay, so
Killer Tomato, I think the same thing.
instant guess would have to be All White versus QT Marshall, but you're wrong.
Hold on. Well, again, just a reminder, if I didn't say it or maybe I just thought it, this is a pay-per-view match, not TV.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Killer Tomato, you are incorrect then. We are both incorrect then.
I'm pretty sure they fought on a Full Gear.
So what did you say the match? I'm sorry?
Paul White versus QT Marshall.
Okay. So that's your guess, or do you want to think about it a little more?
Think about it for another 30 seconds, but
Okay.
can't do anything worse than that.
On a pay-per-view,
well-
yeah, I can't.
So I'll give you a little more. It was one-on-one.
Mhm.
And it took place in the earlier years of AEW. That's all you get. You have 15 seconds.
I think your answer is still correct.
I'm gonna stick with that because I remember that was not a pre-show. It was a main card, and it was just like, what are we doing here?
Okay. So, for those joining us late, this is the trivia question for the week. It is, according to cagematch.net, what is the, voted as by the fans, what is the worst AEW match of all time? And Jimmy's answer is incorrect. It was Paul White versus QT Marshall. The correct answer is Matt Hardy versus Sammy Guevara. The Broken Rules match where Sammy fell or Matt fell, I'm sorry, and got the head injury.
Oh, they rated that low because of the concussion? Oh, because he
think
kept going after the concussion. Yeah. That's pretty
Oh,
shitty.
and that happened when there was no fans. He took the bump and fell on his head, and they just kept going.
Yeah,
That's the
there's
only
really no
match
reason
in
for
the
that.
bottom 50 of all time, which is
That
pretty
makes sense.
wild.
That's fair.
Okay, I don't look poorly on that match as poorly as I look on QT versus Show because I didn't like it. It didn't even get a
No,
pay-per-view.
as like a match, that was definitely worse, but I think, I get it.
Yeah, it's
Trick
all right, worth a
question.
shot. Hello, Tez. Welcome to the chat. We appreciate you being here. Kill Tomato. Nice try with Texas Chainsaw, but no, I
thought the
don't know
same
what that match's. Yeah, I don't know what that match's score was, but it was not in the bottom 50. So I mean,
That's crazy.
Less than half of one is
That's
pretty
crazy.
insane. So hey, this thing got bombed.
For those of you that joined
All
us
right.
so late, we will be doing our WORSTleMania tournament after our 10 in 10 segment, which we do weekly. That's when we talk about our top 10 things in wrestling in hopefully 10 minutes.
Let's do it.
So let me pull that up. Give me one.
It is the tit.
second. I hate that name.
I think Killer Tomato comes every week just to make sure
He's literally
somebody's
make
holding.
sure we say the tit. Like he can't.
He's just
if we
making
don't
sure
say it-
somebody holds. He's holding that tit flag high
whoa.
and proud. So good for
Hey.
him.
Good for you, Killer Tomato.
All right.
Where'd I go? There I am.
I don't know.
And we're back. All right. So, that's the wrong time. God.
That is
Darn it.
also the wrong time. Yes, correct.
All right.
Can the winner of the tournament be king or queen of the tit? You know what? I'm gonna say no on that one. But maybe
Because
maybe
we
a
like
different.
the tit, and this is a tournament about bad things.
Yeah. So maybe a different topic down the road.
Yeah.
Maybe we can do a 10 and 10 tournament. The 10 and 10 tournament of the year, also known as the titty.
The top. Jesus Christ. All right. Let's go.
Make sure-
Starting the time. We're starting with Swerve and Omega. What you got for us, Juice?
Well, Swerve and Omega fought last night. They kicked off Dynamite, much better Dynamite than last week. This match
Agreed.
went about 20 or so minutes. It was to determine the number one contender or the EVP position. Thankfully, Omega won. I think that was the right way to go. That Omega loses EVP to Swerve. Could have been more creative, but this is still just fine. So now we have Omega versus MJF at Dynasty. And it pretty much begs the question, two questions. What do you do with Swerve now? And does Omega beat MJF? What do you guys think?
Well, it's interesting because you have Callis now involved with the Darby stuff. You would assume after Darby kind of winning last night, he kind of moves on and starts going into the world title picture, which we'll talk about later. But so you can't have Swerve going with him. I don't know what are the big names. Maybe after Ospreay is done with Moxley, you have Swerve and Ospreay kind of battle, but I don't know if that works. I don't know.
Jay, any
So
thoughts? Sir?
I thought the match was solid. It was not like full speed match. Like they were deliberate in their movements. Like it built. And then it was like the battle of will Kenny get the one-winged angel over or not. I like that because it was showing like he's still trying to get to that 100%. Because Swerve knows how to play him. I thought that was cool. I do not know where Swerve goes next because again, who are the other top tier baby faces he can kind of feud with? My brain can't think of them at the moment.
Like he just did Brody, so that's not happening again.
Exactly, and
My thought is either Kevin Knight or Bailey, one of those two, because he was involved with them a little bit. So I think you do something with those two. Maybe Knight, because I think last year was 1 year since Knight debuted against Ospreay. You can do Swerve and Knight,
which is fine. But like, if you're the trios champions, I don't want to see you in singles matches more than I see you in trio Like, I don't know. That's just me, I guess.
I mean, we'll see. Maybe they'll do Swerve and Mystico. Maybe they'll give Swerve a tag team.
Yeah.
To be continued. Either way.
Right.
And then Omega MJF. I mean, right now my early pick. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna go Omega.
Ooh.
I think Omega beats MJF at the moment, but we'll talk about that more next week.
All right.
Moxley versus Ospreay. My only note really about this, it's official for Dynasty. I don't mind the match at all. It makes sense. My only issue or concern is that this seems like more of a not blood feud, but more of an aggressive kind of match that it should be, where Ospreay's going to come out swinging. It's for the Continental title, so that means it has to be kind of restrictive. So that might play into it. I think Moxley would probably beat Ospreay.
Yeah, maybe by like some DQ or something a little different than we normally see.
time limit draw. Bring it back. Do it again.
Okay. All right.
Whole story with Takeda. Just do it again with Ospreay.
Okay. Well, that brings up the point of Ospreay possibly being in the Owen though, and do one of these matches become an Owen Cup tournament? Everyone's assuming Ospreay's winning the Owen, so I don't think Ospreay's winning the Continental, but that hasn't stopped them before, I guess. Moving on, Mina versus Tekla last night. Solid match. I like that Mina's getting more time. Hopefully it continues. It seems the secret admirer thing has not stopped, so we don't know who that's going to be quite yet. And also, good news with Tekla. She re-signed a multi-year contract extension this past week. So Tekla is going to be all elite for quite some time. What do you guys think of the match? Any thoughts on Tekla extending and Mina's secret admirer storyline?
I thought the match was good. I don't like the storyline. I don't know what kind of payoff it's going to be. But it is what it is. And I like that Tekla's having like a good reign. Like they're giving her matches, they're showcasing her. She's winning matches in different ways. She did, the dirty trick last night, kind of like Regal-esque with the brass knuckles. So I'm liking it.
I'm all for Mina actually having like a progressing story or a push or just showing that she's not just a pin eater, because when you put her with Tony and they're going to lose a match, she's going to eat the pin.
Yeah.
And now that Tony's out, for whatever reason she's out, let Mina have substantial matches. She can still lose, but not just look like a dead fish out there.
Agreed.
Which I thought last night was one of her better matches.
Yeah, well, Tekla's just that damn good. I think she's awesome.
I think so. Also, I think she stepped up to Tekla's level, which I love.
And Mina's great. Mina's great too. Mina hasn't really had anybody to be.
I don't know about you guys, but I think Tekla is just getting better every match. Like she hasn't shown her full showcase yet. I think she's like slowly like getting adjusted to the AEW audience. I can't wait to see her like at full capacity.
Yeah, I love it.
It's dope.
Next up, the main event last night: Darby Allin versus Roosh in a, believe it was a no count out match. Was the stipulation
But
for this
I
one?
thought Shivani said that was Andrade.
Yeah, typical Shivani being Shivani, calling.
God damn it, Shivani.
Yeah, just messing everybody up. But the main event, I liked it. I thought it was good. And now it looks like we're gonna get probably Darby versus Andrade at Dynasty, and you got Andrade stuck in the storyline of being like, "Oh man, like I just joined you guys, and now I can't get a title shot because you guys are working with MJF." Oh.
But see, that doesn't make sense to me. I feel like you should be annoyed that they're working with MJF, not that you're not getting a title shot, because that's not the reason you're not getting a title shot. You're not getting a title shot because you didn't win the match and you didn't get the number one contendership.
I was just talking to talk, but he's
but
mad.
that's what it was last night. He was mad because he was talking about the belt. Like he wasn't mad about MJF. Like on TV, he kept going like this with the belt. Like that's not that. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of why he's upset. I think he's upset for the wrong reason.
Well, I disagree. I think he's mad. I think maybe he portrayed it wrong, but the story
That's
is
what I
being
mean,
told
sorry.
that the story is being told that he's kind of being blocked because of the deal that Callis put in motion, and that's pissing him off. But either way, moving on. Speaking of the Callis family, Takeshita and Fletcher seemed like they kissed and made up last night. Not technically, but metaphorically
I
speaking.
was like, what did I miss?
And so it begs the question. I mean, we're coming on like almost more than 3 months now of this like Takeshita babyface like potential turn with the Okada stuff and Callis. Do you pull the trigger soon? I mean, with Double or Nothing coming, are you splitting the Callis family? Is this really going to get stretched out all the way to All In?
I was gonna
Like,
say,
what
I
are we
think
thinking
you have
here?
to do it sooner rather than later because it's starting to cool off a little bit because Okada and him aren't interacting as much either, and like that heat itself, even for me, and I want to see it, is still starting to cool off just a little bit. And the longer you go without them interacting more, it's gonna get worse. So like you want to strike while iron's hot still, and it's not like Takeshi's like doing anything for the Callis family right now. Let the man go and be a babyface. He can fucking feud with Swerve, and that could be like the next big feud, babyface heel after he's done with Callis family. Like we could do stuff with that.
The splinter should have happened at the C2 finals, plain and
agree.
simple. It was all there. It was all of the highest heights it could have been. You could have had even the swerve of Takeshita turning on Okada as opposed to Okada Takeshita, and the fans would have ate it up. Now I think, are you gonna get to that level again?
That's exactly my point. Yep, I agree with you.
See, I think I'm okay with it, like, still going past the C2. I think it should have probably been more active and going on with the build up to Revolution. I think the payoff should have happened by now, not with the turn or some sort of more fractures. I think this is going all the way to All In. I don't think we're getting Takeshita Okada to All In. I would at least maybe do the split Anarchy in the arena at Double or Nothing between them, but I still think they're going to throw somebody else in there with the Bucks or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
But either way, for the sake of time, moving on. Some quick notes here to take it home. Leo Rush, Blackheart. This is an old gimmick of his that he did like 10 years ago where he was basically doing like the Finn Balor Demon, Bray Wyatt stuff. So I knew about it.
I don't
mean,
mind
still,
it, but what happened to Crew? Like, it just
that's kind of my
disappeared.
point. Yeah, that's kind
Where
of my
did all
point.
the jackets go?
So I have the benefit of the doubt that's going to happen on Collision this week. It's a live Collision. I think Tony's smart enough to do something on TV, some sort of segment. But we'll see.
I hope so.
think.
But like, even when he was in the 20-man battle royal, it didn't make sense. Like, I was like, oh, that's not the Leo Rush we've been knowing. So
it was random, and it's fine to be random for a little bit. But if they come out of Collision without anything, then I think it's a huge miss. But
Agreed.
Either way, Josh Alexander appears to have gotten hurt on Collision. I don't know if you guys caught it during his 6-man tag. Luckily, they mentioned it on Dynamite, and the way they worded it made me think it's not a serious injury, but more of a tweak where he's going to take some time off. Did you guys catch it, and what do you think?
Yeah,
go ahead.
that was it. He'd be all right. That was it.
Oh, haha. Yeah, no, I caught it. I think he's gonna be fine though. It didn't seem like he was a big thing, and they have so many members in that fucking family anyway. One can get hurt and still be on. Like, he's a good guy to be on TV still, even if he's injured, so he'll be fine.
Yeah. Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman. I didn't see the whole segment this week. But I did see.
Go ahead.
I did see part of the segment where Rollins was being arrested and walking through the crowd, and Heyman was talking smack to him.
Yeah.
And then Rollins ran all the way around and got back in and took out Heyman.
Yeah.
Honestly, that was awesome. I
It
thought
was
that was
great.
really cool.
No, it was-
like that's what like I'm watching. I'm like, that's what wrestling's all about.
Yes.
That kind of shit.
It was a good segment. I'm really happy with it. I think they are brilliant enough for Breaker coming back, but it was really simple where like Heyman wanted to go out there and like talk about Rollins as he wants to set him up to get arrested because he had a restraining order. And then you saw the rest where the cops took him out, started talking about his kids, and that's what set him off, which is awesome. And I think it can't be anyone else besides Breaker. It wouldn't make sense if it's anyone else besides Breaker. It's dumb payoff. It does. I don't understand.
What about Seth versus Paul Heyman? Okay. Moving on, I don't know if you all saw it, but Johnny Gargano is back in NXT. He was put into the number 1 contenders match for the NXT
so
North
fucking
American
annoyed.
title. Apparently, he still came out all stoic and out of it. Candice LeRae threw him or pushed him on top of somebody to get the win and become the number 1 contender. He's challenging at the next TakeOver pay-per-view for the NXT North American title. Personally, I would have done him and Walter and done the same exact story with him getting his spark back, but whatever. We're running the NXT nostalgia bait, I guess. If they're going to do this, he has to win it to take over. What do you guys think?
Weekend at
Go ahead.
Like she weekend at Bernie's him, and if he's gonna win the title, they should just play Ciampa's NXT music to get him going again.
Oh, boy.
That'd be great. I think it's so dumb. I don't understand what they're doing with him. I hate when they send him back to NXT. It just whatever, man. I'm over it. I just want him to get released and go to AEW. That's it.
I'll be honest with you. I don't think it's dumb. I like it. I just wish that it was on a bigger scale. I feel like it's not going to get as much attention. I don't hate it. Here's the thing: if he wins, awesome. If he loses, I think he's out. He's gone.
No, the reason I hate it is because when you send him down to NXT, because you don't have anything for him on SmackDown. He's too good of a talent for you not to have anything on SmackDown for. It's crazy.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I think it's more to sell tickets for NXT because I don't know if you know this, but they're doing the takeover like the weekend before WrestleMania, and they're not even doing it in Vegas. It's a whole different part of the country.
That's so ridiculous.
I think you can't sell tickets. But either way, last point.
This is
here,
the worst.
New tag team champions. Damian Priest and R-Truth are the SmackDown Men's Tag Team Champions, also known as the Truthful Priest, just named by me here on the show. I think it's a great name for them. And, yeah, what do we think about it, and why?
Jim, do you have an opinion here? Yep, that's it. All right. I mean, it's terrible. We said it last week. They need to merge the divisions. It's their tag team divisions are awful. This is their second match, and they're tag team champions. And R-Truth is John Cena now. He's just wrestling in jorts and doing all his moves again. Like
Wait, is he really?
Yeah, I swear to God. He's bald, wrestling in jorts, and he won with all of John Cena's moves last week.
I honestly didn't even know that.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That makes it even worse, I think.
Yeah.
Or better. I don't even know anymore.
Yeah, no, it's terrible.
R-Truth.
It's awful. It's
Wow.
awful. It's awful.
Can I add one more question, then we're done here? Did the Wyatt family at least cost the MFTs the match in some way? Wow. Okay, I'm done.
That was a clean win by R-Truth using Cena's moves at the end. I don't know. I didn't watch the whole match, so I don't know if they came out earlier, but the end of the match wasn't like them interfering. It was just Ron Cena kicking ass.
Okay, then.
Crowd care?
Well, folks, that's our 10 and 10 segment. It is now time for our tournament. This will be a longer than usual episode, so thank you for being here with us. But this is the fun part. This is the part you came here and paid to see. We're going to go through 32 matchups.
So quick reminder for anyone who came in a little bit late, if you subscribed tonight or subbed last week, you do get a veto in the first 2 rounds. So every matchup tonight or next week, the second round next week. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. If you subscribed last week, I'm pretty sure we have the 2 people that subscribed last week on here. So let us know.
Welcome to WORSTleMania. It is time to determine the worst thing to ever happen to wrestling, as determined by us, as the field was chosen by our co-host here, Jay DeFalco. And I will say that these are only done by Jay, not by Danny and I. So some of these we may or may not agree with. We will question. We will talk about. And
I was questioning a lot of stuff.
There are some questionable ones on here.
I want chaos.
So.
Oh my God.
And by the way, chat, while you don't get a vote in the moment, unless you want to veto afterwards, you're more than welcome to give your input in the chat.
100%.
Talk away. Let us know your thoughts on what you think is worse, and maybe it'll help us decide if we're split.
I'm not going to lie. I'm going to need help with some of them because some of them I have no idea what I'm going to do.
First up, we have Wrestling Weddings versus Tony Schiavone in AEW. Now, by the way, if you were here before, you know how we do things here. We usually have seating. We usually have teams. Like we have someone on team Juicebox, Team Danny. None of these are on any teams. There's no seating. Everything is put into a random generator, and whatever got spit out is what we have here. So there's no rhyme or reason as to what's why.
Yeah, and the notables, I just pulled stuff out of my ass for some of them. So some of the notables, we'll find out.
So, Jimmy, why don't you? Well, a lot of these are going to start with you. So why don't you just give your reasoning, and we'll take it from there.
Which one I pick between the two?
No. Why don't you give us your reasoning of the two? Why you picked both these on the list?
Yeah, you can give you don't have to give a long thing. You can give a quick reason as to why they're on there, and then if you want to start with your vote, start. If you'd rather we start, then just defer.
Gotcha. So, Wrestling Weddings. They ever I want to see the actual statistics of how many of them have actually went through without a hitch, pun intended. either it's the Bobby Lashley's of the world, that one. It's the Billy and Chuck, or it's Eric Bischoff ripping off a mask to prove he's not the old man reciting
That was a good match.
vows or whatever. I'm like, whenever you see a graphic going, next week, join us for the wedding of so-and-so and so-and-so, you go, well, when they're not getting married and nonsense is going to happen. You know what's going to happen. It's
fair.
It's soap opera. It's cheesy. It's dumb. It's stupid. We know by now. Even 5-year-olds who've never seen it know they're not going to get married. There's going to be a cake.
I believe the only wedding that I know that went off was the Savage Elizabeth wedding, and even then, the post-wedding at the reception, he got attacked by Jake the Snake. So, like, weddings aren't safe.
Yeah,
exactly.
And Triple H and Stephanie got married. It happened.
Yeah. All right. And what about Tony Schiavone?
That was during, though, Test and Stephanie's wedding that they got married. So that's a little meta wedding, though. Their wedding went well, technically. But it ruined the wedding of Test and Stephanie. So
your definition of wedding went well, I'm not sure.
Still together. Born children.
We don't know that.
Tony Schiavone.
Oh, man. You know what? I'm going to take the floor on Tony Schiavone in AEW. Okay. Now, I never watched WCW. So I don't have the nostalgia glasses on for Schiavone. And oh, my God, it's so nice to hear his voice. He is awful in AEW. He phones it in. He gets names wrong all the time. He's making up words. He called it Slam Dunk Sunday. He called it Sunday Night Slam Dunk instead of, like, he's naming things different names while they're on the air. Like he's not good. He's phoning it in. All he's doing is listening to what people say, and he goes, "Oh yeah, Excalibur, you're absolutely right. Yeah, yeah, that's right." So, I'm gonna jump the gun here. I'm gonna put my vote in first. I don't think wrestling weddings are bad. They're they're soapy and schlocky, but that's the part of wrestling that can be fun if you do it well and right. Some of them are iconic segments. So honestly, the worst thing that happened to wrestling between these two, it's Tony Schiavone in AEW. He brings down the product. He makes Collision unwatchable sometimes. It's really tough. So Schiavone for me.
Jim, what do you think?
Easy one. I will also have to say Tony Schiavone. One reason I'll bring up now, because there's more later, is literally how many times on Collision has Nigel McGuinness set him up with a joke or a pun, and you hear crickets, dead air, nothing, or he goes, nope, or, I don't know. You mean like a dog? And like, what are we doing, Schiavone? Bring it on, you're live.
Yeah, Schiavone.
No, totally agree.
On.
Schiavone, clean sweep for Schiavone. Moving on. Next up, we have Dixie Carter's handling of TNA wrestling or the curtain call.
Okay. All right.
You want to talk about Dixie Carter?
Yeah, so I'm looking at these. I'm trying to think because obviously I want to do this right. I know we're here to have chaos and whatnot, but like we really need to think like what's
the
it's easy
that makes sense to me. I will definitely be able to pick better.
Yeah, like the curtain call. I mean, the curtain call happened. What was that? Mid-90s. Like, what damage did it really do to the industry? Like, I mean, yeah, it opened up like some of the reality doors, but I feel like that was a door that was going to open anyway with time, and like some of them got punished. But I think Dixie Carter with TNA is so much worse. I mean, her career is mismanaged so much. I mean, she hired all these people that killed the company, even though it's still alive. It's basically dead. I'm sorry. So my vote's for Dixie Carter. You guys can discuss however you want.
I mean, TNA has so many commercials on these apps saying that they're the unknown or the little brother, and they're going to be the second company. I don't know what you're talking about. They're not dead, bro.
They're dead. It's just, I mean, yeah.
I feel TNA is essentially a corpse or a skin that they put a hand in, and it's like a dead puppet. That WWE's hand is pretending it's still alive when it's actually just been dead for months. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, the problem with TNA and with Dixie was just that they ruined so much good stuff. Like the from like 2008 or 9 to like 13, they were very good. like very good. I wanted to
Yeah.
watch them more than WWE at the point. And
Enjoying
then
it.
Dixie just let all her homegrown talent go. She brings in fucking Russo of Hogan and Bischoff. That ruined everything. The Monday Night Wars experiment was the worst thing they could have done because that really set them back, I think. Like, as they were getting hot, that just set them right back to the starting point. The curtain call didn't do much. The curtain call got, if anything, that upset more backstage people and less fans. Like, fans kind of knew that stuff was happening and were just excited to see it. That was really it.
Yeah, and they were all leaving already. It's not like that happened
Yeah.
and they fired them. Like
Exactly.
they were leaving already. Yeah, I don't think it really took off as like this thing. You know, now it's made like a bigger deal than it was because of like the internet and like time.
Which is so dumb because now they're doing so much worse things than the current call ever did. So I don't know what the hell they're talking about.
And for what it's worth, I don't think they're doing all of that stuff today because of the curtain call.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
it's not like that inspired it. So Dixie Carter is my vote.
Yeah, Dixie Carter.
Yeah, the reason why Dixie Carter is because they literally had their first show on AMC, and they brought her out for the nostalgia, and she got booed because
Of
nobody
course.
forgets wrestling.
People
Nobody
never forget.
forgets.
Awful. She sucks.
All right, next matchup we got the New Japan Pro Wrestling exodus of talent to AEW or the death of territory in wrestling, and this one's a pretty good matchup, I think.
I'll let you guys
Yeah, I can
go
be
first.
smart sometimes.
What do you say?
Horse don't gotta be dumb.
Oh man! All right, so I'll start this one off. I mean, my thing is I'm not sure with New Japan how like big they are. Were they trying to become the number 2 in the States? Like, I don't know, because if they were, then that kind of killed any momentum they had. If they weren't, I feel like, you know, WWE was going to get him if AEW wasn't. Like, they were going to sign somewhere else if they were looking to get out. Whereas the death of the territories, like, that changed wrestling landscape. And the argument, I guess what we're trying to argue is, was it for better or worse? Like, did it make it better that we don't have a couple different territories and different promotions, or did it make it worse? Because, like, for a while, I think it made it worse. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean the New Japan one, like they've suffered. You know, they lost ticket sales, they lost fans for sure. I don't think they were ever trying to be number 2 in the U.S. I mean, they definitely, you know, they have like a footprint in the U.S. now, but that became a lot because of the Bullet Club, and their TV deal and access. But it's hurt them a lot. I'm pretty sure they're still number 1 doing their thing in Japan. They're still okay, but like, you know, they've suffered. But I mean, that's just Japan. Yeah, we're living through that one right now. We don't know how it's going to end up with the company, but I mean, the death of territory wrestling. I mean, we didn't really live through that, but that killed so much, and it basically formed the monopoly we got going on like today, almost in a way. Yeah, AEW's still here, but it's essentially still WWE and then everybody else. Unfortunately, territories made it hard to watch and find new wrestlers. Well, yeah, but that's, you know, it's one thing to kill them. It's one thing to like hurt.
Was
You
in
know,
your town.
it's one thing to purge the talent, and they still go. I mean, that was the point. It was still local wrestlers to go and tour and see them on local TV and whatnot. And it's okay to like take talent or talent to go to WWE, but like they just completely absorbed these companies, these territories. They were gone. That's the point.
And
So, yeah. So for me,
Also-
what hurt wrestling more? My vote's territory.
See, I'll say that the death of territory wrestling, as far as I've studied upon it, because it was before our time, is it was more of a methodical, like, dismantling, where it was just one by one by one by one until there was nothing left, where it became a stranglehold. Whereas the New Japan exodus to AEW, there's a new company in America. They're paying a lot of money. They have a TV deal, and it's not WWE.
Yeah.
You want that exposure? It's right there. And most of the guys who go over to AEW had full careers in New Japan. But the fact is, recency bias is what it is. But I still think the death of territory wrestling is more of a worse thing to happen to wrestling.
Yeah, I agree. I think it had a more negative impact. New Japan's not dead. New Japan's still going, and they're still going to be fine in Japan, whereas there is no more territories, and like for a while we did suffer for that. Even after like WCW came, that made it better, and then they left again, and then we were suffering for a while again. So like, no, I agree, territory wrestling.
And I do think the indies are as healthy as they've been in quite some time now. I mean,
Yes.
Ring of Honor's kind of dead, and that was helping, and PWG's whatever, but indies are healthy. So
That's our new territories.
Kinda, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, all right. So that's
All
3
right, this
sweeps
is a
in a
good
row.
one.
I'm wondering if we're gonna get a split vote here soon.
This is
Here
a
we go.
good one. So we have Nicholas, the 10-year-old youngest WWE Tag Team Champion in history, won at WrestleMania 34 with Braun Strowman. Or we have celebrity wrestlers, and I put a couple different examples, both good and bad. We have Dennis Rodman, Mike Tyson, Bad Bunny, Logan Paul, Drew Carey, Jay Leno, just a few notables there.
Those are all bad to me. What are you talking about, good and bad? Those are all bad.
I don't agree with that. I think Bad Bunny had a good showing. I don't think Bad Bunny's overstayed his welcome. Drew Carey was very easy and low budget there. The Tyson involvement wasn't too much. Over in the WCW side, the Dennis Rodman and like Karl Malone feud, I remember when I was a kid was fun. I don't know if I look back on it now if I would think that, but as a kid it was fun.
Wait, Home Alone feud?
Karl Malone feud, you son of a bitch.
Karl Malone, Utah Jazz.
Oh,
He's
Karl
a
Malone.
basketball player.
I thought you said Home Alone.
No, that would be him versus Macaulay Culkin.
Hey, WCW, bro. Who the fuck knows what
Honestly,
they were doing?
I'm just imagining now the NWO
Well,
trying
Vince
to
Russo.
get to Macaulay Culkin and like going through
Yeah.
his trickery house.
I mean, Killer Tomato literally just wrote RoboCop. So I mean, who's this?
RoboCop was another celebrity wrestler. Yes.
I continue. Not real.
All right. So what are we thinking here? What do you think is worse?
Well, I've gone first all 3 times. I'm gonna sit out.
That's
let you guys
fair.
go.
So I'll go first this time then. In my opinion, because it's gotten worse as we keep going, I think celebrity wrestling is what's gotten worse for wrestling overall. Nicholas as a tag team champion, yeah, that was stupid. It was very short-lived, and it hasn't really been like repeated or anything yet. Whereas celebrity wrestling, as we put with the notables, there's so much more bad than good, I think. Like, think of Snooki, think of freaking Pete Rose is actually good. I like Pete Rose. The Jay Leno thing was terrible. Like, most celebrities aren't good when they come in there, especially when they get involved physically.
Okay, so in the annals of sports entertainment at WrestleMania 34,
Anals.
tag team that will forever be known in the record books as being a tag team champion that won Braun Strowman and Nicholas. A literal child picked from the crowd was in a match at WrestleMania, impromptu with Braun Strowman.
Can I one
They
up you?
won.
Wait.
No, I'm not done. I'm not done.
Let him finish. Let him cook.
They won the match. Nicholas was never to be seen again. There was no payoff. There was no feud. They had no final interaction. He was just like Shaquille O'Neal going into the ambulance. What happened? Where's Nicholas? And why don't we have that payoff? Read your narrative or whatever. I don't know.
So
In terms of, you go.
I'll use the Shaquille O'Neal as another example, but we also had David Arquette win the World Championship as an actor, beating guys like Goldberg and Booker T and Jeff Jarrett, and then that was another
He could beat
celebrity
Goldberg.
wrestler. He was in the
I'm
Triple
fine with him
Cage.
beating Goldberg. I'm fine with that.
I'm fine with him beating good. That's fair.
Come on.
I'm still going with celebrity wrestling. It sounds like Jim's going with Nicholas. So
So I'm going with Nick because there was no payoff. It was a one-off. For what reason? Why book it if you don't follow through?
there you go, Juice. Not only did you want to go last, you also wanted to split,
They're
and you
still
got
gonna
both.
keep doing it.
Yes. Okay.
They're gonna
Thank
keep
you.
Doing celebrity wrestling.
Thank you for bringing up one of my points, Danny, about David Arquette. I was going to bring that up when I went. So here's my breakdown of these two. Celebrities in wrestling, while I may not agree with a lot of it, to a certain extent, it does bring in eyeballs and money. It may not be the right eyeballs and money you want, but it brings attention, it gives you moments and things, and some of them can work out.
Big boom, AJ.
I thought Juice was a lock.
Nicholas,
Big boom, AJ. You trying to work against yourself?
Well, he's not a celebrity. He's a fraud.
That's very fair. That's very
He
fair.
doesn't even count. He's not. He's like D- tier if you're lucky. Nicholas. I mean, Jake covered it pretty well there, but the only thing I want to add to that hasn't been brought up yet that I'm shocked about is that all the whimsy and aura and mystique of whatever they picked a random kid out of the crowd, it was the son of a WWE referee.
Yeah, that's fair. It wasn't even a random kid.
It wasn't even a random kid that can go to school the next morning and be like, "Yo, they fucking picked me. I won the contest."
You got to assume this kid goes to school.
What?
I said you
It's
got
a swear jar. Being funny.
Oh, swear jar. I said you got to assume the kid goes to school. So like that's crazy to say that he's not going to celebrate.
School Jones.
Yeah, but it's different. Like well, your dad's already works for WWE. Like it wasn't that a big of a deal. Honestly, my vote is for Nicholas.
Oof.
I think for the history books, like Arquette, because that's what I thought of the history books for champions. Like Arquette, but at least Arquette, he won the belt for a stupid reason, but it was because of the movie. It tied in. It had a moment. It got buzz. It got attention, and it's looked back on more fondly than Nicholas is not even acknowledged, like a wet fart. It was such a waste of time in every way.
You just call a 10-year-old kid a wet fart?
Yeah. Well, now he's like 18, so it's not that bad. But
now he should come back and defend the tag team belt.
And like you said, they relinquished him. I'm pretty sure they relinquished him the next night. Whatever. Yeah, Nicholas is my vote. I think that's a worse thing to happen to the history of wrestling than celebrities as a whole, because there's been at least some good to come out of that of like whatever. So,
all right.
Nicholas.
All right, next up.
Damn, Danny, I'm starting to think you can't even spell win. Or did he spell win wrong? Well, he moved on. He's not gonna go back now.
What?
I don't know. Kill Tomato says you spelled win wrong in the last slide.
What? No. What? No.
I don't know.
Moving on. Anyway, next up.
That's what he said in the chat.
I understand. I'm confused. Wrestling
because he never does it.
Superfan. That's ridiculous. Wrestling superfans versus the brass ring.
Okay. So Jimmy, I'm gonna ask you to speak here a little bit as to the concept of the brass ring for our audience.
So let's put our philosophical hats on for a second.
Oh brother.
What'd you request?
So at some point, someone who shall not be named, yet I will name anyway, Vincent Kennedy McMahon,
We're gonna talk about him.
decided that there was this ring made of a certain type of metal. Let's call it brass. Was this ring real? No, it was in his head. He kept telling people that if you reach for this metaphorical invisible brass ring that I've created, you may someday grab it. It doesn't exist. He could pull it up whenever he wants. He could pull it down for whoever he wants. It doesn't exist. It's just his. It's just his king. Up or down, thumbs are down, and you live or you die. And I think it's stupid, and it's hurt a lot of people's careers based on one man's ego over it. Now, wrestling superfans. I'll talk about that real quick. Sit down, you buy a PLE or a pay-per-view, and you just want to sit down and enjoy yourself. Sometimes during matches, your eye wanders, and then you see it. Lime green, purple XL, smiley face shirt. Same spot every time. You don't want to watch the same shows, see the same people in the crowds every single time in the same spot. You're not famous. It's not about you. Get over yourselves. Not the main character. Green shirt guy, Brock Lesnar guy, Macho Man Savage guy, all you guys. It's not about you. Stop it. Stop it. Clean your clothes. Wear new clothes. Deodorant. It's not about you. Something new. WWE shop. AEW shop. Buy new
Also,
shirts.
what do you do that you can
Just
afford these tickets every goddamn show? Like, it's ridiculous. These tickets are so expensive.
I love the rumor that the green t-shirt guy apparently got pushed by CM Punk like 10, 15 years ago, and like as a settlement, he like has this deal where he gets those seats every time. I don't know if you've heard that
would
before.
be hilarious.
Apparently, there's
According
a video.
To Nick Khan, he's a super fan who loves the game.
Yeah, well, either way, that's the rumor that's out there. That apparently there was a Raw like way back where Punk pushed a fan while he was in the crowd, and that fan was this guy.
That's so good.
So
Even if it's not, get over yourself, bro. Sit on the hard cam.
yeah.
I'll start this one off. I
Okay.
think for me, the idea of the brass ring makes sense, but also I think it hurt more than it helped because since it's one man's opinion of the brass ring, really, who's to say that people weren't trying to attain it? He just wasn't looking for it. Whereas wrestling superfans, I don't think they're really bad for the business. I think they're just annoying for like me, like that I can't afford those seats, and then he's in those seats every time. But like other than that, they're not really like, for the most part, they're not like showing them over and over and over and over again. Like Izzy, they showed whenever just Bailey was there. That's really it. The Undertaker, oh my god, guy, that was just a funny guy. The green shirt guy never really gets like explicitly showed. He's just in the background. So yeah, I think the brass ring is worse for me in my opinion.
I just want to say one thing. Brock Lesnar guy had to retire for a month because I think the shirt broke and he had to order a new one. And I just find that hysterical.
That's hilarious. That's so funny.
Because again, he was gone for a month. He made a big deal about it. And he goes, guys, I'm back. I'm like, who cares? Who cares?
That's so funny.
Who cares?
Yeah, he retired the same show as Cena and then came back a month later after Twitch streaming.
Again, it's not about you, guy. It's not about you.
Yeah, I'm not even joking.
I don't
Danny,
want to
it's
see
real.
a cameo or I don't want to see a cameo for a fan. I don't want to see a fan have a booth at a wrestling convention. Who wants? I'm going to pay a fan to talk to a fan.
Honestly, I think, and this might be cheating because I know this is kind of coming up in a later point, but I think this lends itself to superfans to a sense of like entitlement where they feel like they are part of the business and like they're almost like they're wrestlers and their talent. And like, I mean, look at Izzy, man. Come on. Like, she became such a part of the show. She's now being a freaking wrestler and like she is obnoxious. And like she's not even that good. She's just coasting on being the Izzy Bailey super fan. And like the Taker, oh my god, guy, he was a one-time thing. I don't think he ever really did anything after that. So he's harmless. I wouldn't put him on this list. But
they just showed him over and over. That's the only reason. I didn't know who else to put on the list. I forgot about the Brock Lesnar guy. I'll
Lesnar guy, the Arrested Development Blue banana shirt guy.
Yeah, and it's just there's a sense of entitlement with them. Like it gets really bad. Like I mean, there's a super fan. Did I show you the super fan about a month ago? When she asked Obafemi to hold the pom poms.
No.
Did I show you that? So there's a girl. She calls herself the Pom Pom Girl. She's a wrestling fan, and at the Chicago Chamber meet and greet, she wanted Obafemi to hold pom poms in the picture. Obafemi said no. She went on Twitter, wrote this whole thing about him not doing it, got completely roasted over it, and then she deleted her Twitter.
That's hilarious.
So you know what? I'm just gonna say my vote's for the super fans. I just Yeah, I think they're worst for the wrestling these days. The brass ring thing, I don't know. I'm having a hard time really seeing like how it was bad, but like that specific thing. So superfans is my vote. Jay, you have the deciding vote.
See, the thing about the brass ring is it's invented to tell people who are never going to get it to work harder to get it. They're never going to get it. LA Knight, hello, dummy, yeah. He's the point. He's not
dummy, yeah.
You know, like it's the stick in a carrot, you know. But superfans suck. Everybody hates them. They have such a high opinion of themselves, and like, get over yourselves. Plain and simple. Superfans are the worst thing to happen to professional wrestling in this round.
All right.
That's my.
I'm 0 for 2 on the splits. That's terrible.
Killer Tomato says, "Who's the guy who sings themes?" I don't know his name. I know who you're talking about. See, I don't really consider him.
That guy?
I don't know if he's a super fan because I don't think
usually
they show him on TV.
super fans are more the ones that go to the shows and try to get attention on themselves, like the ones that hold the wrestling belts and stuff. Okay, we moved on.
All right, last matchup before we take a commercial break.
Okie dokie.
We have telling the fans what they want. So, for example, like Roman Reigns, John Cena when they did Bautista, or Brawl for All.
Now, just to ask up front, how much time do we have before we hit the
5
break?
minutes.
Okay.
This will be a quick one.
Start it off.
So, WWE fans, wrestling fans in general, they want what they want. Owners, the bookers, they want what they want. Sometimes there is a disconnect. So sometimes, a lot of times, in WWE will tell you what you want because our brains are small and underdeveloped and smell like smell like we need deodorant.
It's true.
So WWE says, listen, little babies, little babies, here. This is what you want. This is the sustenance we give you. Shove it. We're gonna shove it down your throat. You're gonna like it because we're telling you to like it. Turn your brain off. Just enjoy.
I don't like it.
Exactly. Brawl for all.
That was a shit show.
CTE Jones. That's all I'll say. Like, who wants to take a punch in the face by Bart Gunn or Butterbean?
Bro, it was a shit show, that thing.
Johnny
you ruined
Knoxville
a man's
does.
career. Steve Williams was going to be like your next badass, and you ruined his career because of this. Like, it was crazy.
AR called him a blue chipper.
Mm-hmm. So what's
All
your
right.
vote, Jim? Start us off this round.
Yeah.
I vote for telling the fans what they want because my mind can't think. I can't think myself. You tell me what think. I like this. Do this. Great. Yeah. Sucks.
So I'll go next. We'll let Juice be the split if we need to be there. As much as telling the fans what they want gets annoying, that's kind of what they do in a sense. Like everything that they kind of present to us is them telling us what we want and then us reacting to it in a sense. So you have the good and the bad when they do that. I think overall Brawl Fall was just bad. Like it ruined 2 careers in Steve Williams and Bart Gunn. It didn't do anything with Butterbean. It took a spot on a WrestleMania card that didn't have to be taken away. Half the matches were just terrible because people didn't understand the rules. People didn't like it. And it was all done over a stupid bet with Bradshaw of who was the toughest guy, and they wanted to prove who the toughest guy was for real. It wasn't even done for like a good wrestling reason. It was done as like a petty thing backstage to settle it. So I'm gonna go with Brawl for All.
Ooh. Jones.
This one's weird to me, telling the fans what they want, because like, spoiler alert, there's another one a little bit later on that's kind of similar to this, and like the two of them just felt like weird additions, because like this almost feels like it should be more like worded as like not listening to the fans rather than telling the fans what they want, like because it's about over pushing and forcing talent and leading to bad situations, and like it's led to good and bad. But like the good only happens out of spite sometimes, like by accident. And like Brawl for All was bad, but it was such a quick thing. Honestly, I'm split. I really don't know what to do.
Chat, start talking. Help him out.
Yeah, no, I just like
You got a minute
I know
30 to help Juice.
I know what my gut wants to vote for, but I feel like I'm just gonna do it, telling the fans what they want. I think it's just like
bitch.
Listen, that's what my gut wants to go with. It should be worded a little bit differently, but like when you're looking at the notables, like Roman, Cena, Batista, like that stuff pushes away a lot of people, and it set the tone for a lot of bad stuff with fans and like booking and like having another Hogan, another Roman, another Cena. It's always the same, and just like they don't learn. They don't learn.
Ridiculous.
I think that's
Remember
bad.
Just remember when WWE told you that Kurt Angle's last match should be against Baron Corbin.
Okay, well
Remember that.
All right. Pause.
Remember
All right,
that. Remember it. Remember it.
Commercial break. We'll see you guys in a few seconds. Hang around. We'll be back soon.
Yes, please. Thank you. BRB.
Or don't. Whatever.
Oh, wow. That's rude. That's so funny. All right, I'm going to go to the bathroom really quick. I'll be right back. did. And good. And coming back. Bam. Well, now they can hear you.
They heard you, by the way.
What'd I do?
Or read chat.
Oh.
Well, like fine.
Oh, well. Luckily, I didn't say anything wrong. Thanks for the good luck. I did well in there. Thank you, Killer Tomato. So, we are up again in round... We're still round one. Match number 7. Ooh. We have Vicky Guerrero becoming an on-screen talent or picture-in-picture. Now, I had to ask, why picture-in-picture?
You know you're watching a hell of a match. Let's just say you're watching AEW, and you're watching that fantastic blood and guts that they do once a year. And here we go, 90 seconds picture-in-picture. And then halfway through, it goes back to regular commercial, so you don't see anything. Picture-in-picture. Come on. How old are we? We're adults. We're adults here. Give us the full picture. We'll pay more money for it. There doesn't need to be picture-in-picture in wrestling anymore.
I will not pay more money.
You're making enough money. Making enough ad money anyway. I'll gladly pay more money a month for HBO Max or whatever. Just give me the full stream, no commercials.
That's funny.
I don't want picture-in-picture. I don't want picture-in-picture with Domino's, with Pizza Hut, with DiGiorno. I don't want any of that. Just give me the matches.
So
I'll pay
do you
more.
think picture-in-picture is worse than Vicky Guerrero becoming an on-screen talent?
Well, if Vicky Guerrero happened during picture-in-picture, I'd be fine. But I digress. Couldn't hear her.
Juice, how do we feel?
Yeah, I don't know why picture-in-picture's on here. My vote's for Vicky Guerrero. She was absolutely terrible for wrestling. She only ended up in this position because Eddie passed away, unfortunately. And she added nothing positive at all. Like, at all.
You mean you didn't like the sexy babes with her and Nyla Rose?
No. So Vicky Guerrero, absolutely.
That shirt?
Picture-in-picture. Honestly, I don't even watch
towel?
during picture-in-picture. When picture-in-picture is on, to me, it's the same as a commercial break. I don't watch wrestling with no audio.
I agree.
So,
yeah, I'm going with Vicky Guerrero as well.
What
was your vote, Jim?
was picture-in-picture?
I was going to say, I think he made it very clear he hates picture-in-picture.
Well, I wanted to make sure.
I hate the pause in action. I hate it. And then when WWE during COVID used to just like, oh, we're going to commercial break, and they just stopped wrestling.
Yeah, that's crazy too.
That was weird.
All right, matchup number 8.
And by the way, just a quick reminder for everybody. Also, when it comes to the vetoes, we cannot veto a veto if anybody chooses to use a veto. Also, this is a huge matchup. Continue, Danny.
Yes,
Boy.
This matchup is crazy. Honestly, this might have been like the finals. Who knows? But we have the death of Mr. McMahon. This, if you remember, this led to Paul Heyman getting fired because he didn't play his part right. This was a huge drop in the WWE stock because they thought Vince McMahon might actually be dead, and his limo exploded. That's how he died, for anyone who forgot that. Or we had the WWE partnership with Saudi Arabia. It's a 10-year contract that started in 2018. They've held multiple crown jewels, and they're about to hold WrestleMania 42.
They had a Rumble there this year.
They had a Rumble there as well. I can only fit 3 facts.
That's fine. I'm just stating it.
I'll start this one off because it's no secret. I fucking hate the Saudi Arabia deal. I think it's the worst thing they've ever done. I think it's the most disgusting thing they've ever done. I don't watch any show whenever they go to Saudi. I fucking hate it. So you guys can talk about the rest. Saudi for me.
Yeah, so the death of Mr. McMahon, I mean, that was bad, but like, was it really? It only looks worse than it was. Honestly, the worst thing that came out of that, in my opinion, was London getting fired. Like, the drop in WWE stock does not affect me at all. I don't care about that. Limbo explosion, that's fine, whatever. The only reason it got stopped and they retracted the whole thing was because of the Benoit stuff. Mm-hmm. We're not talking about that right now. We're talking about the storyline. So yeah, it's Saudi. I mean, it's awful. It's a terrible deal, and I'm really curious what it's going to look like in 2 years because, like, they're either going to extend that or they're going to end it, and I don't know what they're going to do.
They're gonna extend
Honestly,
it. They're making too much money from it.
you got to remember though, when they made this deal in 2017, 2018, whole different world, whole different company. They might not.
For political situations.
So, but we won't get into that too deep right now. But they might not.
I hope.
So my vote's to Saudi as well.
Hey,
Jay?
So you both picked Saudi?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so before it doesn't matter what I say, so I'd like to bring up my special guest who might have a say.
Uh-oh.
Gentlemen, the chairman of the board.
What?
Oh! It was all me! I did everything!
What
Saudi
the?
was me!
What the hell?
It was me! It was all good shit!
Wait a minute.
Was that from the Funhouse?
Yes, I escaped!
Wait a minute. Why are your eyes all red?
I'm angry!
We didn't
Why?
pick him.
Why? Do you got stuff going on you want to talk about?
I'm under court order for certain things I can't talk about.
Well, you know what,
okay.
Vince? We might need you back later, so don't go away. Stay around. Stay in contact.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna do Finn Balor.
All right, next
Come back,
matchup
what
we got.
What happened?
We
Well,
have.
hey, it's fitting that he went down
Oh.
rather than up.
Oh.
I didn't mean it that way, you sicko. He has the devil horns. Come on, all right, continue.
We have terrorist attacking the Undertaker on SmackDown. That was the same day as the London attacks. It killed Muhammad Hassan's run, which I think was a great run. And the reason I put taped show on here is because that emphasizes how much they could have edited it out without any issue, because it was a pre-taped show and they chose to air it anyway, which I think was disgusting. Or is that worse? Is that worse or better than Brock Lesnar's part-time run? Notables since the part-time run. These are all his stats. Started in 2012. He's won the Royal Rumble twice. He's a Money in the Bank winner, and he's won 7 world titles all during a part-time run.
I'll start.
Go ahead.
I hate Brock Lesnar. I'm sorry, but like, dude, you're getting max contract for working minimum dates. You do the same thing every time. You weren't even in the Money in the Bank match and you won. How does that happen? Does that mean is that a precedence that like if anybody can win any match they're not in? Oh, Rhea Ripley got in a WrestleMania match like that.
Rhea Ripley doesn't have Paul Heyman as their advocate. Watch it.
Oh, I'm sorry, Paul Heyman.
Exactly.
What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do?
Exactly.
I just can never get over like he never. I know Obafemi the stuff now. He's putting him over because it's
So far.
So far. Yeah.
Again,
I know.
I'm waiting for WrestleMania for him to come out to Obafemi 5 F5s and that's it. Then he goes home for 8 months because. Wouldn't that just be the most WWE thing ever? You build Obafemi to be a monster, but then Brock's the beast and then kills him in 5 to 15 F5s.
Yeah.
Which I can't even do that math. 15 F5s.
Oof. That's
Yeah.
a lot of Oba getting F5'd.
And
He's right.
he holds on to the title for a stranglehold, then goes away for months. So you get all the main eventers going back down to the mid card, which is already stuffed as it is, and it's no fun for anybody but Brock.
Mm-hmm.
And like, yeah, everybody loves the Brock pop because they love the music and the fire and the pyro. But like, come on, he's limited. He's just a monster. I'll say this to his face. I don't care, Brock. Where are you? I don't have a Brock puppet though.
That you won't. Stop it. Don't get yourself killed now.
I would. I tell Goldberg too.
Juice, how do we feel?
Yeah,
too.
This one's loaded. And for the sake of time and knowing we have next week to talk about it more, Brock Lesnar. I mean, I'm putting that through. Like,
Okay.
He has done so much bad. Like,
Yeah, I think it's a clean sweep for
Yeah.
Brock. I don't think the terrorist attack on The Undertaker was bad for the business. I think it just it opened some fans' eyes at that point who didn't realize how far WWE go, which I don't know why you wouldn't realize because they
was just
they
bad
went that
timing.
far. But it was just bad timing, and they made a dumb decision. It didn't really
Because-
long term didn't affect anything besides again killing the Hassan run, and who knows how long that run had anyway. So you had one
Here's the
good
thing.
world title run out of that, I think, and that was it.
This is obviously the votes in. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But if anybody wants to look it up while we're doing this, I'm pretty sure they taped it on Tuesday and it aired on Friday, and the attack happened on Friday morning.
Yes.
So if that's the case, it's not a lot of time.
You have over 12 hours to edit the video.
No, you got to remember back then the shows were already in the can. At that point, they're on the road doing house shows. They weren't doing but whatever. I'm not defending it. I'm just saying different time. It wasn't the same as now. Like those shows are taped, done, and they're in the can, ready to go. They're already with the networks and stuff. All right, continue.
Yeah. All right. Matchup number 10. This is an interesting one. The WWE WCW invasion. So no real top guys came from WCW at the time. Booker T, you can argue, but he was kind of mid-card going to top at the time, and then DDP joined much later. Had to join forces with the ECW, and it was really McMahon-focused. All the McMahons became owners of each company, and that became the focus of the whole invasion. Or, coincidentally, is this better or worse than Vince McMahon's creative/business practices, last-minute script changes, independent contractors, and the Janelle Grant issue?
So I'm gonna go first on this one. If this was WWE buying WCW, this would be a tougher matchup. But the invasion storyline was messy. But me personally, like watching it at that age and that growing up at that point in my fandom, I loved it. I enjoyed it. So I didn't hate on. I hated what came next, like in 02, 03. But I like the invasion storyline, even if it wasn't. I can recognize now people weren't there, but yeah, again, I like the Brock part-time thing. I think Vince creative business practices is so loaded with like so many things we can talk about. I think for right now, we can say that for next week. It's got to be Vince, in my opinion.
All right, Jim.
So for me, again, the invasion I was watching WCW at that time, and when everybody came over, I'm like, wait, like, why these guys?
I was thinking the same thing, man. I kept wondering, I'm like, when is he showing up? Or when's this guy showing up? Or when's this guy showing up?
And it's like, if you just waited, or even did something finagling with the contract. And imagine the WCW versus WWE versus ECW match. You had Sting in it. Had Flair in it. Just any of the people, not counting Hulk Hogan, because I digress about Hulk Hogan.
No,
even Hulk Hogan,
listen,
whatever.
he had to be in that invasion.
I know, I just don't like Hulk Hogan.
I know, and I hate Hulk Hogan too. But like everyone, if you really come down to it, what it really should have been, the 5 versus 5 really should have been like Austin, Hogan, Angle, Kane, and Taker on the WWE side. Or sorry, The Rock. I forgot about The Rock. Sorry, The Rock instead of, I guess, Kane. Unfortunately,
The match.
Yeah, Kurt was in the match. Kurt should be in that. And then the WCW side should have been Hogan, Sting, Flair. If you want to go with maybe Nash, you can go with Nash, and then you have Goldberg. Yeah, Goldberg.
Again, we got what we got, and it was just we had to use the Austin twist, but like Vince McMahon's business practices are not good.
I told you, Vince, you can't go anywhere. Do you want to talk about it now, or do you want to talk about it next week, Vince? Because you got a lot of explaining to do.
I have to speak to my lawyer. I'll talk next week, maybe.
That's fair. You should
sounds about right.
Yeah,
that sounds
you should
about
check
right.
what you need to talk about. All right, next week we'll talk about
choose
that.
Vince McMahon.
Next up, we got the pipe bomb or 50-50 booking. So, I mean, probably not the first pipe bomb, but the most like notable since I've been watching wrestling was CM Punk mentioning the McMahon family, mentioning Colt Cabana, all directed at John Cena while John Cena was just laying in the ring. Or 50-50 booking, which to me really does inconsistent booking. Some feuds end weird. Who really goes over in that kind of situation? So this is an interesting matchup. Who wants to start?
For me, I'll let John talk because I feel he wants to talk. I don't like 50-50 booking.
Keverlast said he doesn't agree with the pipe bomb being on this list.
That's why it is on the list.
I agree with Keverlast. I don't think this is bad. I don't think it did anything bad for wrestling. If anything, it did a lot of good for wrestling. I think it helped bring about at least some sort of change or acknowledgement, some sort of shift in wrestling. Even though it wasn't immediate, it took time. I think it did good. I'd be curious to know what your thoughts are on the bad side of it, Jay. But honestly, For me, my vote is for 50-50 booking because it's okay to do it sometimes.
Just
Like,
all the time.
the good guy wins and then the bad guy attacks, or the bad guy wins but the good guy gets come up. And it's okay to do it sometimes if you need to send a crowd home happy or whatever. But more times than not, it gets you nowhere. It makes everyone. I don't know. I don't like it overall. So I think it's lazy. So my vote's 50-50 booking.
My quick pipe bomb gripe is that Punk did it, and then whenever a wrestler would like try to be like edgy, the announcers would call it a pipe bomb too.
That's what I was gonna ask. And
like, he called him his real name. He called him Paul.
Yeah.
Pipe bomb.
Yeah. I was gonna play devil's advocate. I am picking 50-50 booking. I do think that's worse for wrestling overall. But I was gonna say I think playing devil's advocate, the problem with the pipe bomb was that now everyone's trying to get too real with it, and everyone's trying to do like their own version of pipe bomb, and you kind of forget what wrestling's about. And the reason the pipe bomb worked was because it's not done often, and it was like actual gripes he had, where when some of these other people try to do their pipe bomb, like it's so forced, you could tell how scripted it is. Like Punk went out there and went off the cuff. That's why it worked. You can't, if you're not going to go out there and go off the cuff, you can't be a pipe bomb, and you gotta stop trying to reenact it in a sense. But
Yeah,
no, I agree. 50-50 is worse. What were you saying,
I just don't
Juice?
think it's not going to knock the real thing. I mean,
No, I agree. I agree. I
Yeah.
don't think the pipe bomb itself was bad. I think everyone trying to
recreate it. That's
recreate it
wrestling.
is bad. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, next matchup. The Montreal Screwjob or Ric Flair after his retirement. And I had to pick that picture because he's terrible.
Boy.
So,
So,
Jim,
okay.
start us off here.
Yeah.
Okay. Montreal Screwjob. We all know what happened, and we all know what it led to. Let's just think of a world. It's WrestleMania 24. The night's over. Ric Flair was out in the sunset. Shawn Michaels kicked him in the face. A little bit past his time at that point. He was a little bit past it.
Yes.
Still enough to do something.
Mm-hmm.
Almost 20 years later, dude, like that retirement match where you fell asleep during your final match. You said you had a heart attack, but then you pretended you had a heart attack, but then you didn't have a heart attack. What are you doing? You're doing commercials where you're chasing women that are driving rascal scooters. I think you're holding diapers or something. Like what are we doing? I think, did you do a general commercial for car insurance? The Penguin?
Does he kill the whole Ric Flair mystique doing all this? Is that what you're trying to get at?
Yeah, it's like you retired back then. You shouldn't have done anything else. Leave your legacy alone. You're literally sitting in a bar in Miami, Florida right now, pissing away your legacy on your leg because you just can't let go of what you had. Like, dude, you had an amazing career.
Wrestlers, though.
All right, Juice, how do you feel?
Ric Flair is
Where are
what
you
I
going?
picked.
All right, Ric Flair's
All right.
Jim's pick.
So I guess my question with the Montreal Screwjob is it's controversial. It's one of the biggest things that's still talked about to this day in the history of wrestling. In terms of bad for wrestling, like outside of Bret Hart, I guess I'm just trying to really think of the question, like what bad did it do to the sport of wrestling? Bret was already leaving. Like, I mean, it emerged. It made Vince ascend and become an on-screen character.
Yeah, but also I think when you go, and maybe not for fans, but for actual like wrestling itself, it had a lot of distrust in the locker room at that point. You showed that like you can get screwed, and like if fans kind of saw that like you could, like wrestlers can actually get screwed on live TV. Like that isn't good either. And it kind of set a weird tone because like who knows what could have happened if Bret and them ended on good terms. Like maybe Bret doesn't get hurt in WCW. Maybe he doesn't wait 6 months to go there. Like a lot of things change from that, better or worse. WCW could have been better from it. Like there is a couple of bad things that fall out from the screw job. Shawn Michaels was even more of a piece of shit after the screw job because of all the hate and stuff like that. That was terrible for like backstage stuff. Like it made him a worse person. Like there's a lot of stuff that happened from it. I don't know if it's worse than the Ric Flair stuff. I'm just trying to argue both sides here.
My gut wants to vote for Ric Flair, but what keeps like screaming in my ear over the Montreal Screwjob is that like the remnants of like you said, the Montreal Screwjob gave us Brett versus Vince at WrestleMania, which is the worst WrestleMania match of all time. So I'm really tempted. I don't know how you want to vote. I don't know. I don't want to tell you.
Go first. Go with your gut. Remember what Jim told us at the beginning. Go with your gut.
Turn your brain off. Throw that away. It's your gut. It's your heart.
WORSTleMania.
I'm gonna say the Montreal Screwjob because I think it also gave Brett a platform to be a crabby old ass for 20 years along the way. And Ric Flair's just one person. I mean, you know, how many wrestlers have done this where they retire and they do runs and keep going too long? You know, Lawler, everybody. So I mean, if this was just wrestlers not knowing when to retire, very different. But yeah,
so,
I'm gonna go Montreal Screwjob.
I'm gonna agree with you. I do think Montreal Screwjob was worse for wrestling. I think it set a really bad tone for it. I think Ric Flair after retirement, as much as it's sad that he just didn't know when to give it up and stuff, he's not the first, he's not the last. And also the TNA stuff wasn't the worst stuff. Like there were some stuff in TNA that I enjoyed. Like the Jay Lethal stuff I thought was hilarious. Like there were little things that I enjoyed. Not him wrestling at all, none of his matches, but some of the on-screen stuff. Like Ric Flair was still knew how to talk and stuff, and he could still be like a manager. It was just unfortunate that he kept wrestling. So I agree. Montreal Screwjob. All right. Next matchup we have, oh God, this is a good one. The What Chant started in 2001. It is 2026 and it is still going strong. Starts to be irritating. Stone Cold doesn't even like it. Or do we have the women fat shaming storylines? Most famous, Peggy James, Vicky Guerrero, pretty much every single time a wrestler spoke to her that didn't like her. Or the Alexa Bliss, Nia Jax stuff.
I'm going to go first. I'm voting for the What Chant, and if you guys don't, I will be vetoing. So just vote for the What Chant.
Okay.
Yo, make him waste his veto, Jim. He just told us his strategy.
I don't care. It's the What Chant.
I'll say what I'll say real quick, and then I'll leave it up to So, women fat shaming storylines is never good. It's never right. It's never smart. It's always done in such a stupid way. It affects people, little wrestlers you have doing these storylines have had these issues, and you're doing it. It's horrible, it's dumb, and I hate it. But the What Chant, if I remember correctly, I think the story originally was Stone Cold called, I think it was Christian, and left a voicemail for him where he just kept doing the what himself on voicemail.
Yeah.
And then afterwards was told to then do it on a promo.
Yep.
So, another thing, Christian Cage, what are you doing? The What Chant, it should have died. It should have died.
It should have been dead and buried. I agree.
It should have never been born.
I agree. So, What Chant moves on, clean sweep. Next matchup. I don't even know if we have to really vote for this. Benoit Family Tragedy or Sting's WWE run. I'm going to just talk about Sting's WWE run because I feel like Benoit's going to make it automatically. Sting's WWE run, he had no match with Undertaker, lost his only WrestleMania match versus Triple H, got injured by Seth Rollins, was told he couldn't wrestle, then made a good AEW comeback. Because he was able to make the AEW comeback and have such a great final retirement, I don't think for wrestling this ruined anything. I think the Benoit Family Tragedy for just like the look of wrestling and wrestling fans and for the industry just made it look bad for a while before people got over it because that was such a big news story. So I'm going to go for Benoit Family Tragedy.
Yeah, Sting's run wasn't great, but it's Benoit. I mean, the Benoit Family Tragedy did way more bad to the industry and to the sport of wrestling as a whole. Where Sting's WWE run was just a bummer, and he had his redemption with
Exactly.
AEW and TNA.
Hmm.
So.
TNA, yeah.
I'll also pick Benoit's, but there is only the minorest of silver linings is it finally shined a light to CTE in wrestling. So even though there was the tragedy, now there is knowledge that what you do in the ring can affect your brain and cause you to do horrible things like that.
Yeah.
So I go with Benoit's family tragedy as well.
That's gonna be a interesting next matchup. Anyway, next up we have the Dark Side of the Ring TV show. Some of the notable episodes: Bruiser Brody's attack, Owen Hart's death, New Jack just as a person. Or we have Michael Cole on commentary. Some of his notable things on commentary was his use of the word vintage all the time, his coal mine era, for those of you that love that, and for anyone who remembers a little more recently, his infatuation with Valhalla, which was the manager for the Viking Raiders for some time. So where are you guys going with this? Who wants to start?
I want Jay to start off here. I don't know why this show is on the list.
Interesting question.
I put it on there because
Anarchy,
number one, yes. Number two, it exposes the business, and a lot of the story is told by the people who survived it, which could also be skewed from the actual reality because there's always two sides to every story, and the people that are not alive can't tell their sides of the story, which I always feel is always skewed. You don't know the truth. You just know the truth of the person who's still around, i.e., a Hulk Hogan. I digress there. And Michael Cole has caused me on many occasions to literally just watch wrestling muted, which makes it better. And I just can't with him. I can't. I've tried. Taz next to him barely helped. And I can't stand Michael Cole, so I pick Michael Cole.
You said you don't like picture in picture.
Well, I muted him in spite of.
Yeah, I still don't really agree. I mean, I get what you're saying, but that's like documentaries in general that can do that and skew and tell a narrative. But I mean, this isn't really exposing anything that shouldn't be known. Like, these are all tragic, sad stories that should be educated to people that don't know these stories.
The Flight from Hell, most people didn't know about.
Yeah, and
I think that it clears up the story more because people are reading these anyway, so it kind of puts more of a clear focus on it. Yeah, it's only from the survivor's standpoint, but at least it's someone who was actually there instead of just people who read about it or heard about it trying to comment on it. So yeah, I hate Michael Cole. I hate that he's the voice of WWE. I hate that people think he is on the Mount Rushmore next to JR. I think he's fucking terrible. Michael Cole for me all day.
Yeah, it's Cole. And as one last thing for the Dark Side of the Ring, I'm pretty sure one of the episodes even led to a lawsuit coming out of it in a good way, where people kind of came forward to help. I could be wrong.
Is it the Ring one with the Ring Boys?
Yeah, the Ring Boys. So it's good there. Either way, I digress.
All right, matchup number 16. We have the anonymous. I fucking hate it. The anonymous Raw GM. Or Okada's TNA run. For those of you that don't know Okada's TNA run, he was called pretty much Okatu. He was the Green Hornet. If you saw that movie, he was a play on the character from the Green Hornet. He was a sidekick to Samoa Joe, and because of the way TNA treated him, their relations with New Japan was soured for quite some time. Or the Raw Anonymous GM, debuted in 2010. Most notable quote that Michael Cole had to fucking say, which made it even worse, was, "Can I have your attention, please?" And turns out to be hornswoggled the entire time because they didn't know how to end the story, and they ended it years later, just randomly. So I'll go first with this one. Sorry. I'm going to pick for this one. None of them, to me, had a long-term issue as far as wrestling, but if you're going to look at them for both what they were, I think the business of wrestling, Okada's TNA run was worse because who knows, maybe them and New Japan could have had some more working relations and they treated Okada right. He might have been in people's view a lot earlier than what he was. So I'm going to go with Okada's TNA run.
So I will also pick Okada's TNA run because, again, stereotypical stuff is just, it's lowbrow, it's horrible, it's dumb, it's lowest common denominator, and it has no place even in wrestling. But I will say the anonymous Raw GM, come on, you someone threw something on a board. They said, yeah, let's do it. They kept doing it. and they just kept doing it. And then they said, "Oh, should we end this? Yeah. Who should it be? Somebody cool? Somebody important? Somebody that makes sense?"
No, someone who can fit under the fucking ring.
I don't know if that was a requirement or not, but I guess that's what they decided. But yeah, I picked Okada's TNA run because it could have opened doors. It could have made the forbidden door open sooner.
Exactly.
Which, again.
All right, gentlemen, I feel like you weren't there in the trenches.
Don't do it, Juice. Don't tell
I feel
me
like you guys. I feel like you guys weren't there in the trenches watching every week.
I watched
the
every
anonymous
I
Raw
watched
GM.
Edge beat up the laptop. I watched every week.
It was awful. This is the second worst period in WWE history, in my opinion. Only after probably what's going on right now. This is terrible. I'm using my veto. The anonymous Raw GM moves on. This was terrible for wrestling during one of the worst stretches. Yeah, do it. I'm sorry. Okada's TNA run, that's just TNA. I'm going to pull big leagues here. WWE versus just TNA. Like,
that's
who
fine.
cares about TNA's New Japan relations?
Bullet Club and everything could have came to TNA and could have made it huge.
Yeah, and that was a good time for, I don't know. I'm
using my veto. Anonymous Raw GM moves on.
First veto of the tournament used, ladies and gentlemen. 2 left. A few of you have some because you subscribed last week. If you were late, if you subscribed last week, you have a veto in the first 2 rounds. And if you subscribed tonight or next week, you have a veto in the first 2 rounds. Moving on, matchup number 17. WWF becoming WWE because of the World Wildlife Fund. That was in May 2002. They started the whole Get the F Out campaign. Or Al Snow being fed his dead dog by the Big Boss Man, which led to a Kennel from Hell match, and his dog's name was Pepper, which I find coincidental because he ate him, so, like, he ate Pepper.
I just want to say up front, I don't think either of these were really bad for wrestling. So I have no idea who to vote for, so hopefully you guys can do the job for me.
So I'm going to say it just because I don't think either of these are going to make a far run into it, so I'm going to go with my gut here. I hated WWF becoming WWE. Even now, I still love the WWF logos. I still think WWF is a better name. I think WWE is shit, and I hate the World Wildlife Fund for it. So my vote is for WWF becoming WWE.
So yeah, I hated the whole marketing promo blitz of them doing WWF to WWE. But they broke your heart with Al Snow.
Yeah, but that's not bad for the business. If anything, that was just a bad storyline.
I told you, I'm not going by my brain. I'm going by my heart and my gut, and it broke your heart because Al Snow, at first, all he talked to was a mannequin head, and he got an actual living animal he loved, he could talk to. And the boss man cooked it and fed it to him.
This is all right.
Al Snow, you heard him.
Juice, it didn't help you at all. You got to make the decision.
Yeah, I want to thank you both for that. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. This is the chaos I want.
See, if you asked me 20 years ago this same question, it would definitely be WWF becoming WWE. But now that we're like so far removed on the other side of it, it's fine. They came out of it doing whatever they're doing. Like, it's, like, it didn't do that much damage. Like, it didn't. They bounced back. Their brand is
Neither
still
one
fine.
of these did damage.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't think either of these are really worth being on this list. But if I had, if I'm just going to use in the heat of the moment, all time raw emotion with the two of them, I'll go with WWF becoming WWE because I hated it when it happened.
There we go.
Of course.
No, I'm surprised neither of you mentioned the fact that when that happened, all previous WWF footage had to be blurred when they showed it on TV. So the WWF logos had to be blurred for years.
Yeah,
it's because they're not really anymore that much, as far as I know. Like,
I think
I
think on official videos they still are, but like not. Or actually no, I don't think they blur them now because they just superimpose the WWE logo on it now.
And like, Boss Man's a big meanie.
Yeah, what a weenie. All right, next up, we got the dirt sheets. So things like Wrestling Observer, PWI, Fightful, it gained popularity in the 90s, and the question is, was it the original thing to break kayfabe? Or, and this one was a little tight to fit in there, fans caring for ratings and revenue over in-ring products. So they want shows that are hours longer but kind of less wrestling. They do a big WWE versus AEW debate. Jim, I guess, or Juice, whoever wants to start this one. I'm not really sure where to go with this one.
Excuse me. You go, Jim.
Juice is
Okay.
dying.
Drink water. Drink water.
I was gonna go, but yeah.
Okay, so I'll go quick. Wrestling is a weird thing to like, let alone love. Whereas some people will just sit there, watch it, and go, "That was great." There are other people who will watch it, think it's great, go online, and wait for somebody to tell them it was great or not, and then that will form their decision. That makes no sense to me. Dirt sheets, it ruins wrestling because it creates hive minds. It creates us versus them, them versus us, and like what you like. Don't listen to other people. Like people who Meltzer, who cares about his star rating? That's his rating.
Hey, that's
what
later.
counts.
That's later. That's later. You're jumping the gun here.
I digress. I have a lot of thoughts. Again, it's one of those things where if the internet wasn't around, I think the Discord for wrestling journalism wouldn't be as tribal or as venom and hate fueled as it is. But now on the other side, when you watch shows, why should I care how many people are in the arena? Why should I care how much they got on a media deal? Why should I care about ratings? Why should I care about any of that? If that was the case, then I should have watched WCW for 82 weeks, then switch to WWE, and then when the ratings change again, I should switch over.
Yeah.
And like that's another one of those things where it's like it's just like what you like, and you put
So
and then
so
one
which
of those
one are you
things.
voting for?
I need to think. My brain hurts.
All right, Juice.
Yeah, my vote is for the dirt sheets.
Okay.
I think they're impossible to avoid these days. It's one thing when it was like one or two guys lurking in like a message board, had a newsletter. It was very simple. Now everybody wants to do it and get in on it and have a microphone to tell a story or break a story, tell a fake story, run with a fake whatever, make up bull crap. I think the dirt sheets do so much bad. And some wrestlers go to these sources and tell them stuff. So I think that's absolutely the worst thing on here. I think fans caring about ratings and revenue to an extent is good, is important. It's passion. It's a little bit of a misguided passion over in-ring. Yeah, you should be watching it first and foremost as a fan, enjoying the show creatively. But you should want to watch and see the ratings are doing well, the revenue is well, because you want the company you're enjoying to be doing well. But that shouldn't be like your be-all, end-all. So
Agreed.
that's a tough line to toe. Some of these fans are kind of misguided with that. It's important to watch it. Like, I mean, but not over the in-ring stuff. So dirt sheets, absolutely. That's my vote.
I agree with you. I'm going with dirt sheets as well.
I would have picked dirt sheets as well, but my vote doesn't matter.
Perfect. Yes, it
There you
does.
go.
It's a clean sweep.
It does matter. Hey, you have a veto.
And plus,
I know.
This is your tournament.
Yeah, you and Danny got vetoes, whatever you want.
All right, next matchup.
No regrets.
This is going to be great. Cody Rhodes' neck tattoo
Oh God!
got in 2020 on his neck. We're not being sarcastic. If you didn't see it, if you don't see it, I don't know what you're doing here. American Nightmare brand. That's what he got tattooed on his neck, his American Nightmare brand. Or the WrestleMania's The Undertaker's WrestleMania streak began at WrestleMania 7, ended by Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 30. So that's the 21-1 you see in the picture. And then his overall WrestleMania record ended at 25-2. So after the streak was broken, he went 4-1.
So, quick pause here. Keverless says in the chat about the last matchup, if the internet didn't exist, we wouldn't be on. That is very true. I don't mind the internet.
Hey, we could be on a radio.
Radio Jones.
I have a great voice for radio.
Yeah.
And a face.
Keverless
Keverless also says Taker's streak is his vote, and that tattoo is god-awful, but fuck that. So now what I want you to talk about, Jim, before we dive into this, is I brought this up to you too up front. Taker's streak. Are we talking about the streak ending, the streak existing, or both? Like, what's your reasoning for being on here?
All of it, because
All right.
at first the streak was nothing. He the matches had no build. They were just him versus another big man or him versus somebody. But then somebody in the back realized, hey, Taker hasn't lost in X amount of Manias. Maybe we should do something with this. And then they ran with it, which was fun. Then when Taker should have retired years prior, it takes him a full year to heal and recover and train for one match, where it's like diminishing returns to the point where you could have just ended it. Him, like, same thing with Flair, end it and just be done, and just end it. Brock won. Did Brock need to be put over for that? No. Did Roman need to beat him again? No. But it's another thing of telling the fans what you want. We're giving you a shocker special, and I didn't like the whole thing because it became a lot of pomp and circumstance. Where like, oh, Taker's hurt this year. He's gonna have a match with Cena. Maybe he is. Maybe he isn't. 5-second match with Cena. He's done. See you next year. Like, okay.
Yeah, that 5-second match was bullshit. That was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
and
so
then,
which one you voted for?
I'm voting for Undertaker's WrestleMania streak, but Cody, come on, you're a full-grown adult. What are you doing with the tattoo on your neck? What are you doing? Like, if you weren't a wrestler, you'd never tired anywhere with that neck out of in your shirt for. What are we doing?
Oh man,
I like to have fun.
Juice.
Yeah, Cody's neck tattoo should not be on here, nor should it be on his neck. But like the only reason I would say I would vote for it would be if like dozens and hundreds of wrestlers came out of the woodwork starting to do the Cody, but that's not the case.
What if kids start doing the Cody?
They sell them for kids though. The temporary tattoos, they sell them.
Ooh, those are temporary for a reason, Jim.
That.
So the Undertaker's WrestleMania. My vote is for the Undertaker's WrestleMania streak ending. Because I don't agree with you about it existing. I think it existing, even if it's a happy accident, was amazing. I loved it. It's a great thing. It was awesome every year. It gave us a lot of awesome matches and moments. Everything after Brock beating him, that should go away. So that's my vote, is for Taker's WrestleMania streak, but I want it to be known it's purely for it ending, not existing.
I agree. I don't even care that it ended when it ended. I don't think Brock should have been the one that ended it. I think that also ruined the whole point of the streak at a certain point.
No one should have done it, ever.
I agree.
No one.
But I'm saying he should just disappeared.
Yep.
Not even Bray. No one should have done it.
All right. Next matchup, we have the Meltzer rating system. So I found this funny that he has a 0 to 5 rating system, but his highest rating is a 7-star match. His lowest rating, even though it's indies, I still included it because he included it, is a negative 459.7 match. Star match. Sorry. And then
what was that match though?
I'll look it up. I'll look it up while we talk about it. And then the next one was giving the fans what they want. Kofi Mania, Yes Movement, Cody Rhodes and The Rock. So I have to ask, Jim, can we start on this one? Because I'm not sure why this one's on the list personally.
Well, sometimes you go to a restaurant, you eat a lovely meal, and you see a dessert. Like let's say you're at the Cheesecake Factory. You see on that dessert menu a gigantic piece of chocolate cake. You go, you know what? I'm full. I'm gonna order it anyway. I want what I want. And you're enjoying it for a while, and then after a while you go, "Ooh, I don't like this anymore. It's too much." There's a certain level of when you give the fans what they want, they turn on what they think what they wanted. It's very weird. You notice this with certain things in wrestling, like fans want someone to get over. They give them a push, they get over, then they turn on them. And it's like, we gave you what you wanted, but you turned on them for no reason. We gave you exactly what you wanted. And it's one of those things. It's again, I know it's a counterpoint with telling the fans what they want, but also you give the fans what you want, and they can turn on it. Because again, think about it this way. At one point, Danielson, S movement, they gave him what you want. And he was the bad guy. He called everybody fickle. Wrestling fans are fickle.
See, all right, so I'm just going to interrupt you here. This is why I didn't really like this one and the one before being on this list, because they're so, like, I almost feel like what you're saying is backwards. Like, because no one ever turned on Kofi, Danielson, or anything like that. They turned on Cena and Roman, the last one. This one is more like, I think of this one as like, if you give them Kofi Mania or Yes Movement, now the fans feel entitled or they think they have more power than they do, which leads to them thinking, oh, we can just create another movement for Liv Morgan. That's how I interpret it.
That's what
Didn't
I
they-
thought too. I wasn't sure.
Personally.
I wasn't sure what you meant by that. Yeah. The negative 459.7 match was Butterbean versus Minoru Suzuki.
God, really?
Oh,
Yes.
that happened in,
What?
I think, WrestleMania weekend a few years ago.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was
yes,
recent.
Yeah,
yes.
I remember that. Jesus.
Yeah. So just so you
that's
guys know.
Amazing. Yeah, so my vote, I know we're talking about this 1 point so far. I'm just going to jump in here. My vote's for the Meltzer rating system.
So is mine.
Only because I think it's one guy and everybody holds his opinion. He's allowed to have an opinion and give matches ratings, but it's so ridiculous and everybody holds it as this gospel, like it really matters, and it just does not.
Agreed.
I'm sorry, it just does not. So I think that is it kills people's opinions on matches that they can't form an opinion on themselves. I think Meltzer's rating system, fans are going to be fans, but Meltzer's thing is worse, I think.
Also, if you're gonna have a rating system, keep it in your own system. I'm sorry. Like, I get it. Some matches are really, really great, and you already give a match a 5, but that's your fault for giving that first match a 5. You have a 0 to 5, keep it 0 to 5. This 7-star match and shit is just stupid to me.
Like the fact that like fans are like, oh, Kurt Angle never got a 5-star match, but this person did. I'm like, it's fucking one person.
Yeah.
Who gives a
Like,
shit? What
are
he
you
did?
telling me that you watched Kurt Angle versus Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 21 on the Raw after, and you think that wasn't a 5-star match? That's fine, but like, don't think it wasn't because Meltzer says it wasn't. That doesn't
And
make any
people-
fucking sense.
people
I
do
know
that,
it's
which is
ridiculous. It's
insane.
ridiculous.
That
All
shit
right.
crazy.
Next matchup. Oh, sorry, Jim. What's your vote?
No, I agree with the Meltzer rating
Okay.
system. It goes back to the dirt sheet thing before, but yes.
Yeah. All right, next one. We have kayfabe. So this is when faces and heels weren't allowed to interact in public. Undertaker never breaking character. Examples like that. Or Jeff Hardy at Victory Road 2011 when he was inebriated for his world title match versus Sting. They had to change the ending on air. You see in the picture, that's when Eric Bischoff is literally telling a messed up Jeff Hardy about the change, and the match lasted 1 minute and 28 seconds when Sting forced a pin into a very obviously struggling Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, I'll go first. If this was kayfabe dying, I'd vote for that. But this is just kayfabe existing. There's absolutely nothing wrong with kayfabe. Kayfabe should come back. More people should let kayfabe be and enjoy the show and run with the characters being who they are. My vote is 100% for Jeff Hardy at Victory Road 2011.
Jim?
I will also pick Jeff Hardy at Victory Road again. But the one thing about kayfabe is Undertaker should have never broke character because now we have to listen to him bitch and whine on his podcast about nonsense.
He's retired though. He
Still.
he didn't break like that bad until he retired, which is
I
fucking
agree.
Waited so many years to talk, and it's like, dude, like,
Just stop
Come on,
it.
dude.
Yeah, but no, I agree. Jeff Hardy versus at Victory Road. That's a clean sweep. Next matchup. This is a good matchup. We have in-ring sponsors. So started with Prime in 2024. Ever since TKO took over, it's been in our face. It's been on chairs. It's been on tables. There's been stands. It's been everywhere. Or the WWE Independent Development. I forgot. Is that what it's called? Something Development. Began in 2024. If you've watched LFG, that's part of it. So, what do you guys think has been worse for the business? Because both of these are very, very. I mean, both of these started at the same time. They're very recent.
So I just want to say this isn't going to be my vote. I just want to put something out there that, in regards to in-ring sponsorships, I mean that's purely WWE. CMLL, AAA, New Japan, tons of companies have had the in-ring sponsorship logos in the ring, on the barricades, everywhere for a long time. It's just gotten specifically worse in WWE over the last 2 years. I just want to get that in there.
Fair.
Just so it's known that we're not, even though the notable says what it says, it didn't just start 2 years ago. It's existed for a long time. All right, one of you can go first.
I'll go first. I hate the sponsorships. Developmental, I don't care because whatever, it gives people a chance to try to hone their skills, even though it's the WWE way. You can argue if you like it or not. But the in-ring sponsorships, I think it looks terrible. I think it looks tacky. It's literally everywhere, and they try to integrate it way too much. And I think it started going bad when they started doing like the specialty matches at WrestleMania, like the Captain Crunch match or whatever the fuck that shit was.
Like the Toast Crunch?
Huh?
Didn't like Cinnamon Toast Crunch match?
I did not like the Cinnamon Toast Crunch match. No, sir. So my vote's going to be for in-ring sponsorships.
So, if the WWE ID system worked as I feel they wanted it to work, I would have picked it. I feel they wanted it to be like they were trying to monopolize the indies by getting hot talent under their umbrella, so AEW couldn't get them. But it seems like it's really not working the way they want it to.
Yeah, they're not really getting big names for the developmental.
Yeah, in-ring sponsorships, I just hate how it looks. It looks terrible. Oh, here's the steel chair with Slim Jim on it. Oh, here's the table with TurboTax. I don't know. It's the in-ring sponsorships. For me. It's terrible.
All right, Juice.
So my vote would have been for WWID.
Oh.
I do think that is worse for the sport of wrestling because in-ring sponsorships have existed already. They've been. It's not great. I don't like it, but they've been in New Japan. They've been in all these other companies. Whereas WWID is still trying. They're still doing it. It's not like it's not dead. So maybe it's not working yet, but they're getting their claws more and more into talent early on to stop them from going other places, AEW or anywhere. So I think ID is worse. I think it's stunting people. Look at Zeta Steel. Zeta Steel was in WWE ID program. She hated it, didn't like what it was doing for her. Was going to stop wrestling altogether and take a break. And then Tony Khan called her, and now she's in AEW.
But you don't think WWE is just another version of Ohio Valley Wrestling or of the powerhouse for WCW?
So,
it's just another way for them to develop young talent.
No, so for those that don't know, the way it's working, you get the WWE ID contract, then you get an Evolve contract, then you get an NXT contract, then you get a main roster contract. It's just another stage in this bullshit to hold them and keep them. And
that's fair.
They're not going and training in freaking Florida like NXT people are.
That's fair.
So it is. It's they're kind of putting their little they're doing like an NIL thing like with football.
It's not really working to the original idea that they thought it would.
And I could be wrong, but I think so far they got Javon Evans from that. So it's bad. It is bad. So my vote's for WWID, but it doesn't matter.
All right, next up, we got Was that Santina or Santino? Was that supposed to be Santina?
It was supposed to be when Santino S. Santina won a women's battle royale.
My fault. I was doing that quickly, and I read Santino, and I put all the Santino stuff on there. So this is supposed to be Santina Marella when Okay, so this is supposed to be when Santina was Santina, and she won the Miss Battle Royal or Miss WrestleMania Battle Royal, correct?
Yes.
All right.
Which again, what are you doing? You're basically saying none of your women matter. We're gonna put a wig on this guy, and he's gonna win, and everyone's gonna be happy for him. That was dumb.
Agreed.
Not as dumb as Goldberg and his attitude and his recklessness and his cockiness. So quickly, Goldberg.
Yeah, it's Goldberg.
Yeah, it's Goldberg. I'm not gonna.
I don't like Santino, but he's purely a comedy act. He didn't do anything bad to the business, but
he just hurt the women at that time when they were still trying to break out.
Which isn't his fault. That's Vince's fault.
Well, I know it's not his fault, but
also
still.
Agreed. All right, this one's gonna be weird. We have the Katie Vick storyline. That is the actual doll that Triple H brought out to impersonate Katie Vick. Began October 2002. For those of you that don't know, Triple H accused Kane of killing his girlfriend in a drunk driving accident and then having sex with her dead body, and then reenacted the necrophilia when Triple H dressed as Kane, went to a funeral home with this doll in a coffin, and reenacted the said sex scene. Or is that better or worse? I don't mean to laugh. This is terrible. But is that better or worse than Hijo de Pedro passing away in ring when Rey Mysterio accidentally killed him in 2015? Investigated for potential manslaughter. He killed him by fracturing his cervical. Yeah, this is a weird matchup.
Is this a weird one?
Well, it's an unfortunate one. I mean, my vote's Katie Vick. I think the other one, it's purely an accident, an unfortunate accident. There was nothing bad or evil intent there. It was sad, but I don't think this did anything to hold back or change the sport of wrestling. So it's Katie Vick.
Yeah, again, like I never knew about the thing with Iho del Perro, and again, it was terrible. Like it's one of those it's one of those freak accidents where it just happens.
Yeah.
But Katie Vick was probably one of the most bottom of the barrel, disgusting storylines. I have to go Katie Vick.
Yeah, I still cringe thinking about Katie Vick's storyline. So Katie Vick for me as well. I'm glad Rey Mysterio was able to get past it as well and continue the career. All right, moving on. Matchup number 25. We're almost done. Almost done, guys. 25 out of 32. We have Hulk Hogan's ego. So creative control, when he did TNA management, the WCW lawsuit from Bash at the Beach, or the IWC. And I just found this funny picture and thought it was coincidental because it was against Hulk Hogan. The impact it has on actual wrestlers, the influence it might have on creative, how it creates toxic fan bases.
Oh my.
Where do you guys want to go? I think I'm going to start off Hulk Hogan. But this isn't like a clear cut one because the IWC is pretty shitty. But I think Hulk Hogan's worse than the IWC, or was worse.
So there were rumors back in the day that Hulk Hogan's fan club never had a number one fan because Hulk Hogan himself was his number one fan. I don't know if you knew this. So whoever was his number one fan was actually his number two fan because Hulk Hogan's his own number one fan.
Well, don't you know Elvis Presley was his number one fan?
Didn't he beat Elvis Presley in 1974 at the Toyota Bowl?
All right,
Yes,
so
9,000 people.
is Hulk Hogan your vote as well?
So I just want to say my vote's for the IWC.
This is a tough seed.
This is the hardest matchup of the whole round so far.
I agree.
This one, honestly, I'm only going with I hate Hogan. Hate Hogan. But the IWC, man, there's a lot of Hogan's hiding in plain sight that are hiding behind keyboards, writing awful things. I mean, not to go too dark down this road, but like they've pushed wrestlers to kill themselves, like over things they say and do on there.
Actually, you know what?
Online bullying.
No, you're right. That's fair. I'm going to change my vote to the IWC also. I kind of forgot. No, I did forget about the diva, not the diva, the female wrestler who committed suicide because of them. Yeah, no, 100%.
Like, there's like Hogan is awful. He did a lot to like. It's tough. It's
a very
I'm not
tough
trying to
matchup.
sway votes. It's just I just think that like
No, the suicide. It's just I forgot about the suicide. That swayed my vote.
Hogan did a lot of selfish shit and like hurt a lot of people and did a lot of bad for the business. But that's his ego. That's why I'm focusing on just his ego and not like other stuff. So I'm going with the IWC.
I was gonna say if you go by his ego, the fact that he couldn't with the steroid era, like when he was on court, if he just told the truth, maybe Eddie Guerrero didn't take steroids to mess up his heart. Who knows? Any of the wrestlers taking steroids, anything like that.
Yeah, but
again,
I don't know. I don't know if you could put also all that on Hogan. That's a lot of other people involved in that whole.
No,
listen,
a culture, but the IWC is absolutely tough. This is one of the hardest seeds I think we've had all night.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to veto, go ahead. I'm just being honest. That's
No. I mean, I changed my vote, so I'm definitely not vetoing unless Jim wants to veto for Hogan.
That's fine. Again, honestly, like it's easy to hate on Hulk Hogan because it's more fun too. But IWC.
I think that's where I literally went. I saw Hulk Hogan's name. I was like, no, fuck Hogan. And then Juice was talking. I was like, oh yeah, they're all terrible people in there.
Like
You're
they stalk people.
Yeah.
They go to their houses.
It's
Like that's
disgusting.
The hotel
All right.
rooms,
Next
airports.
matchup.
I get what you're saying. Again, I was being more fun. You thought with your brain. I was thinking with my gut.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Speaking of stalkers, the DDP stalker angle, where he stalked Undertaker's wife. He was a top babyface in WCW and then came over and was a weird stalker. And at the time, he was married, and a lot of people knew his wife because she was an on-screen talent in WCW. So the stalker angle made even less sense to fans who actually knew about WCW. Or is that worse than Vince McMahon forcing Savage to retire? He became a commentator in 94. After that, went to WCW, lasted 6 more years, so he definitely wasn't ready to retire or had to. So which one do you think was worse?
It's Vince forcing Savage to retire. I mean, the DDP angle's a bad angle, but it didn't do anything bad to the sport of wrestling. So Vince forcing Savage to retire is my vote.
I'm on the same boat because I still don't. I may be wrong, but I don't think there was ever actual reason that was given. Said why Vince said, "Oh, you're done. You're just going to be an announcer."
Because he was trying to bring in the new wave of talent. He was an older guy. He was literally pushing him out because of age.
Yep.
But like, you know what I'm saying, like
which is ironic now,
right?
He was still stepping to a Slim Jim. He was still making them money, which was
that's why they were keeping him on like commentary to keep him in the business, but not they just didn't want him in the ring.
The whole thing was a weird power play. But I will say this about the DDP stalker angle. It's like if like they're one of their top baby faces. It's like, oh, we're gonna make him worst thing we can make him, a stalker.
Yeah, not even a heel.
Baby.
A stalker.
That was terrible.
It was so
it was
weird.
Terrible. But again,
and even like the camera shots were weird. Like it didn't make sense. The "Make Me Famous" thing was stupid. You were already like it didn't make sense. I hated it.
Yeah, and what a horrible way to introduce a wrestler of DDP's caliber to a new audience. It was terrible. But Vince versus Savage is my vote.
You go from the people's champion in WCW to it just anyway. All right, WrestleMania matchup number 27. Another good matchup.
How are we on time before an ad break?
We have 11 minutes and 1, 2, 3. I think we could get the last 5 matchups in, but we'll see.
Okay.
Cena beating the whole Raw roster in one night, the 17 versus 2 match that Triple H made, and that Cena and Orton won by DQ. Or Bully Ray as a podcaster. He's on Busted Open, very pro WWE, anti-AEW, and we've discussed that how we think it's affected Thunder Rosa on AEW because she's always on that podcast. So what do you guys think is worse? I'll start it. I think Bully Ray as a podcaster for the business is worse. I think the Cena and Orton thing, that was just another night of Super Cena. It didn't it wasn't a one-off thing. So
Pretty
and it
much.
wasn't the beginning either.
Yeah, I'm with you. Bully Ray as a podcaster is definitely worse towards wrestling than that one night.
Yep, Bully Ray. I have more to say about him, but we'll wait for that.
All right, cool. Next matchup then. We got this is fucked up that I laugh because I just saw what they were against. But Samoa Joe being kidnapped by ninjas in 2009, returned 2 months later with a face tattoo, no conclusion, no explanation, or the unfortunate death of Owen Hart when he was being lowered by a harness as a Blue Blazer. It wasn't this exact picture, but this is what was happening to him a lot at the time. And the show continued after his death. I think this is a very obvious one. The Samoa Joe being kidnapped by ninjas was interesting and funny and stupid, but like a wrestler died on screen. You continued the show. All those fans were affected. The Martha Hart lawsuit afterward was affected. You couldn't use Owen Hart's name for decades in wrestling. Like it really just was terrible.
Yeah. No, it's the death of Owen.
I remember watching it when we were children. I was like literally sitting up on the like my face was like this close to the TV, and they said it, and I didn't understand it at first.
I thought it was a storyline.
Exactly. I didn't know it was real or not until the reality of it set in. Like, oh, this is really what happened.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But ninjas kidnapped Samoa Joe and gave him a face tattoo. That was also weird. All right, matchup 29. We have Triple H marry. So speaking of weddings at the first matchup, Triple H marrying the boss's daughter on screen in 99, in real life in 2003. On screen, she was drugged. I don't think she was drugged in real life, but I don't know. And Triple H is currently the COO, the Chief Operating Officer of WWE, or the 90-day no complete clause started as early as 2007. Wrestlers do get paid during it, but not a lot and not always. And it's led to like other clauses like that sick clause and the injury clause and all these other things. So what do you guys think is worse?
This is probably the second hardest matchup we've had the whole time. This is
I was gonna say this isn't an easy one.
Because honestly, I'm not thinking of it from a story perspective. I'm thinking him legit marrying Seth.
Him marrying the boss's daughter and what he's doing now is part of it. And what he's doing now is terrible wrestling. It's not even original. It's recycled stuff that doesn't work. The 90-day no complete clause, I don't think that's a terrible thing because everyone does it. It doesn't really adversely
Not
affect
really.
it. It's a business
Who else
move.
does it? Who else does
Doesn't
it?
Tony do it?
No.
Oh,
He
okay.
just lets people sit until the contract expires.
Well, yeah, that's the injury time that I was talking about. I don't think the 90-day complete clause is the worst thing. That's a business thing. I totally understand
It
why.
sucks, but
it
no,
sucks,
my vote's Triple H marrying the boss's daughter.
Yeah, I think it's
just-
Triple H because everything's terrible since then.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Triple H is the worst.
All right, we got 3 matchups left. We're doing good. Oh God. We got the finger poke of doom. WCW World Title match where Hulk Hogan literally poked Kevin Nash, pinned him. The reason that this was supposed to work, according to Kevin Nash, who still defends it, is that it was supposed to lead to them being like mega heels, and then the mega face Goldberg was supposed to come in and stop them. But that same night, Goldberg injured himself by breaking the limousine window and cutting up his arm and having to go out. So that's why the finger poke of doom didn't have the payoff that it was supposed to, according to Kevin Nash. Or Shane McMahon replacing The Miz in the World Tournament in Saudi for the best in the world and beating him and then becoming a huge authority figure afterward. I don't know. I really don't know. These are both just weird.
These are both bad for the same reason,
Exactly.
but not for the reason of what we're doing here tonight.
I agree.
Like,
With that being said, then I'm going to go with Shane McMahon because that seemed more that at least the finger poke of doom, if I'm going to believe Nash, was supposed to end better and it just didn't. Shane McMahon panned out exactly like it was supposed to, and it was pretty bad. Like Shane McMahon should never been in the tournament.
yeah,
make
I'm
sense.
going with Shane. I'm gonna go with Shane. Also, because I didn't really watch with the finger pokes, I never felt the effects, the waves of it
was
that much.
bad.
So I'm going with Shane.
Yeah, I feel the finger poke of doom. It's built up hatred over the years. Where when it first happened, I think people just didn't know how to react to it.
I'm
Whereas
not gonna
the
lie. When it first happened, I was like, "Oh, that's like I wasn't turned off by it. I was like actually interested in it."
Exactly, the hatred grew. But Shane McMahon's thing, everybody hated it the second it happened.
Second it happened.
Ever since. So Shane.
And it kept going for like a year.
I know it was so bad.
Well, the announcer always had to read that long ass freaking thing. It was just
So bad.
terrible.
All
All right, two more matchups. We're doing good. The Retribution Stable or Kurt Angle's retirement run. I think this is a no-brainer personally. I think it's Kurt Angle's retirement run.
Kurt
They
Angle's
did him
retirement
so
run.
dirty.
We can
Kurt-
talk more next week.
Yeah.
Kurt Angle's retirement
Retribution
run.
Stable was just dumb. Like that's all it was. It was just a dumb stable that didn't work. Another one that didn't work. Jim, do you agree?
Yep, Kurt Angle.
Just want to get your vote in. Last matchup. We did it great. WWE's partnership, I don't know why my voice cracked. WWE's partnership with AAA and TNA. A lot of people say it's a dominant partnership by WWE. They have ownership in a lot of the companies, which means they get to decide and make business decisions for the companies. And integration challenges where they're not really getting as much, like AAA and TNA, they're not getting as much from the WWE talent as much as they are giving to WWE talent. So that's interesting. Or ref bumps, overused, inconsistent, and legitimate injuries. And what I mean by inconsistent is some refs will literally like get slapped really easily and be down for 30 minutes, and some refs will take a spear and be back up in like 10. So really inconsistent booking with the refs, and it's very overused in my opinion. What do you guys feel?
Yeah, I don't really agree. I don't really think ref bumps should be on here. I don't think there's anything wrong with them. So my vote is for WWE partnerships with AAA and TNA. I think that's just like WWID. It's them getting a stranglehold on. They're trying to do what they did back in the 80s.
Yeah.
Again, and
Okay.
it's gross and disgusting. It's this one for sure.
Jim?
So to put my thinking cap on and speak from the brain, legitimate injury.
Brain Heenan.
That referee in that indie company literally got a ref bump and then had a seizure in the ring.
Yeah, but
Shouldn't have happened. No, that's it. But then now I want to put the fun back in it. So let me describe a ref bump real quick. So
You
a
got 3
referee,
minutes. Hurry up.
I got you. Referee gets knocked out in the ring. A wrestler takes out a foreign object and hits them. Count 1, 2, 3. Nobody comes out. But then a ref comes out to then finish the match. How does that ref know to come out?
That's
How does
the
that ref
drama.
not?
It's the drama. There's someone backstage going to get him. Come on, let's go, let's go. I don't know. I think that's part
I
of the
always
show.
think they're watching on a monitor.
Me too.
And
I always thought that too. Like, yo, you guys are doing them dirty. You're not gonna come out and call a DQ, and you're watching this whole match.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, ref bumps shouldn't matter, because if all the refs are watching in the back to know when to come out if someone gets bumped, you saw them hit him with a chair.
No,
That's exactly what I think too.
They
Sometimes.
keep them backstage with a blindfold on.
Yeah,
And then
it's like, all right, you're next.
They,
They just
push
him
him out there. All right. What's
Yeah, the
your-
WWE partnership with AAA TNA. I just want to say the thing about ref bumps, because that's what I thought about. Like, how do they not? I know it's a story, but how do they not ever have made that joke? Like, oh, I saw you in the back do this, so you're
Totally
you're,
agree, man. I'm totally with you on that. But yes, I will sweep it up. AAA partnership with, WWE partnership with AAA and TNA. Definitely what's worse for the business right now. And that concludes our first round. We have one veto used by Juice. Myself and Jim still have both our vetoes for round 2, which will be next week. I believe Keverlast and someone else, maybe Tez or Harley, also have a veto that they have not used because they resubscribed in the past week. So they will be able to use that in round 2. Remember, you can only use it in rounds 1 and 2, not past that. So next week, let me know. And then if any of you at home aren't subscribed yet and you want to be involved next week in veto, subscribe next week and you can veto with the rest of them in round 2. Thank you guys so much. Please join us next week. Jim will be back. We will finish this tournament. We'll do another round of the tit, and we'll have another trivia question. See you guys in 1 week. Peace out, everybody.
E-Town down.
Every time. Wait, I'm on the wrong screen. I can't get out of here. We're stuck.
Ah!
This is bad. We're stuck. There we go. Bye.
Ad break.